tale. Well, there's a place I've come to know well, led by a man named Sty. He's full of stories, he is quite a guy. Sit around the campfire and hear him tell his tale. Some may be able to relate to him quite well. We're all just people looking for a place to go. Well, Sty has made one, and it is quite a show. Come meet Sty, he's quite the guy. If you're feeling lonely, come and make a friend. If you need a story, on Sty you can depend. His voice is soothing like a lullaby. Sometimes he brings a tear to my eye. Sit around the campfire and hear him tell his tale. Some may be able to relate to him quite well. We're all just people looking for a place to go. Well, Sty has made one, and it is quite a show. Come meet Sty, he's quite the guy.
Well, hi folks. Great to see y'all. It's great to see all of you out there. Hey, I'm going to start right off with those folks that have been out in the chat real early on. Kathy Gahan, she jumped on. Hi, Sty. Hi, Kathy. And then Alexander with Old Country Farming Home and Gardeners Guild. Alexander, he just likes making you read a lot, you know. Yeah, it's great to see you, Alexander. And then Rebecca Felter popped in saying hi. Just going down the list here. And Get Her Done Granny popped in. Hi, Sty. And she's in the basement. Great. I love it. I love it. And who else we got here? Well, there's, look at there. There's Metal Music Maniac. I've noticed over time, some mods are deleting comments if the chat is not on subject at other live streams. It makes the host look bad. We hope to get this resolved. Oh, yeah. I don't want that going on here. I don't want people... my mods are allowed to delete certain types of comments if they're disrespectful comments, nasty comments, those types of comments. But if a person makes a opinionated comment that's not nasty or disrespectful, let it ride. Let it ride. Yeah, Get Her Done Granny was telling them that right there. Yeah, Granny's had a wrench with me forever. I mean, she knows what Sty puts up with and what he doesn't. And there's Kathy Gahan. And there's Kimberly Ferris. There's Kirk Whipper, Voyager Center. Tim, it's great to see you. There's my granddaughter, Ellie. It's awesome seeing you, girl. And there's King Bluto. Yeah, good evening. Yeah, folks are piling in. That's great. So good to see y'all. There's me, Devil. There we go. Yep. Going to be in the background tonight. There's nothing wrong with that. There's TM. Awesome. All right. We're looking. Oh, there's Freeman James. There's my brother-in-law. Awesome to see you. I hope you're doing well. Well, there we go. I got down through the chat. Now, I got a couple folks in the basement. We're going to pop these folks up. Boom. Get her done, Granny. Are you there?
Oops.
Oops. Are you there? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. Loud and clear. Oh, thanks for coming over tonight. That's great. Yeah. Everybody likes having Get Her Done Granny in the room. Yeah. Everybody.
Mm,
But a lot of people that it doesn't make them behave any better, but yeah. And that and then we got this guy. Now Get Her Done Granny helps keep this guy in line for me.
not hardly.
All right. Right.
Not hardly.
Good luck.
I was in the basement before her, so I'm a little upset right now.
Uh-oh.
You're a little upset right now.
Yeah, I was in the basement before she was. Why'd she go up first?
Uh-oh. Put him up there. Let me down there.
Later. Damage is done.
You know, this doesn't let me move you like I would like to move
There.
you. There. Now are you
Something.
now are you a little happier?
No.
I just clicked on you people down there in the basement in that row down there. I didn't give a shit who came first or last.
Well, I do.
I said I'm going to bring these two up.
Yeah.
I didn't say what order. I just going to bring them up.
That's all right. I'm just here to start
That's right.
shit.
I know you are. That's why I like having you here. You know, that's what keeps the stream a flowing.
I can go and do my own live stream. I know how to do it.
Yeah. You hit the start button and just do whatever you do for the rest of the day.
I go up and take a nap today.
What's that?
I said, next one, I'm just going to go up and take a nap. Let everybody else run.
I thought that's where you went.
I did. I actually did fall asleep for about an hour and a half.
I tried, but there was too much screaming going on.
And you know what the problem was? I ordered something to eat and then I fell asleep. I never heard me knock on the door.
Oh,
What they do? Leave the food on your front step, or?
No, they were blowing up my phone, but my phone was shut off.
Oh no!
I mean, after I woke up after an hour and a half, I'm like, oh shit, I ordered food because I still had it up on my computer. So I called them. They were like, no problem. They were back here in like 5 minutes.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah, I deal with them all the time. But yeah, I fell asleep.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I've been up since 5 o'clock, so I'm tired. I needed a nap.
I was over at Running Water's house today from noon until 2:30. We're waiting for a very important letter to come in the mail, right? My youngest boy, he's been living there with Running Water for 3 years, and he says the mail comes at about 12:30 every day. Now, I've been there the last 3 days. I ain't seen the postman yet, and I sit there until from noon until about 3 o'clock. No postman. Well, I left there at 2:30 today and come back home here, and Running Water tells me, "Oh no, Joe called, said my letter came." I said, "Who the hell brought it?" Because there was no damn postman there all damn day. And he said, "No." He said when he got there, it was there in the mailbox. I said, "There was nothing in that damn mailbox when I left. I checked it."
uh-oh.
And I had someone here had told me, "I don't think the mailman runs down that avenue until about 3:30. I think that kid told him that so that I'd go over there and check it every day after 12:30, and no mail. And then he'd get it when he gets off work, right? Because he don't get over there until about 3:30, 4 o'clock. He was just doing that so I wouldn't grab the mail. But his important letter came today, and he's hoping the kid gave him the right numbers off of that letter so that he can get some financial things squared away. I said, I'll go over again tomorrow morning. I know where the letter will be. It'll be just thrown somewhere. So I'll have to search the place for it. But while I was there having to spend 2.5 hours waiting for the postman, for the first time a couple days ago, I had sat on the couch there, and I just had my arm hanging over the arm of the couch, and I go, what the hell is that? Oh, that. And I pulled it, and pops up. It's a freaking recliner. Running Water's got a nice big ass couch. It's huge. And it's got a recliner on each end. Well, today I cleared off the one end that will be mine, where my TV is going to be sitting, and I kicked that recliner up. And yeah, after about an hour, I woke up and I go, "Oh shit! I bet I missed the postman." I'm gonna like it there. I'm gonna like it there, especially that end of the couch. Yeah, Ellie, how convenient. Yeah, it shows up after I left. Hey, Amy Little. Hello.
That's
That's a
you gotta watch those.
that's a bot or something.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yep.
They're going to all the channels, so we just block them all. That might be what Metal was talking about. I block all of them. They're on everybody's channel, and that's all they do.
Oh, okay. I was looking at the StreamYard side. I just pulled the YouTube pop out up. Thank you, Granny. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The,
We just get rid of them.
yeah.
They're popping up everywhere.
The
So instead of taking the chance with those,
yeah, you never know what they're bringing in
and they're
here.
coming up with different names too. So
Hey,
I just tell them, thanks for the view, kiss my ass, boop, block. Now they're to tell them to kiss my ass.
well, and that's the way I look at it too. You know, is yeah, you get those bots once in a while, or you get the local little local bridge urchin crawl out of from under his bridge and show up. Yep, block them, and thanks for that view. You betcha.
Come here.
JCT, great to see you, sweetie.
And knock your tooth out.
Yeah, I am so freaking.
Sorry, buddy.
I am so damn. I'm suffering from depression and anxiety, which I never do. I want to get the hell out of here so damn bad. Get over into Running Water's house. I couldn't move into that damn place tomorrow. It would take me all day tomorrow just to throw everything out
Yeah.
of one room just to be able to move some shit in. But I go over there and I'm looking and it's like, oh wow, I'm all set. I know where everything's gonna go. While here at the apartment, I got these fold out totes for moving. They're 30 some inches long and they're like 18 inches wide and 13 inches tall. And I bought 10 of them buggers and I've got 4 of them full. Those things are sweet as hell, man. I just grab the handles, pick them up, stack them on top of each other. It's great. But now I'm at the point where I've got one here. I'm just going around. I got this dresser that's got 8 drawers in it, and that dresser type thing, it's just a cupboard kind of thing. That's been all miscellaneous drawers. I went through that thing and filled one full tote just out of that one cabinet. And I'm just like, son of a bitch. I got way too much miscellaneous shit.
Mm-hmm. Don't we all?
And I was going to start on the studio here. That'll be about a half a bag. And I'm looking at my computer desk over there with the television on it. And it's got 2 PlayStations, a bunch of other electronics and crap. And then underneath it, it's full of shit. And I'm thinking, all that shit and the stuff in the studio is not going to fit in one bag. Damn it. It's driving me crazy. It's right. I'm trying to get everything here packaged up, and then it doesn't want to quit snowing. We're supposed to get 1 inch of snow today. Well, yeah, we got 3. It just snowing on and off all damn day, and now it's supposed to kind of stop overnight, but they're talking 1 to 3 inches between tomorrow morning and tomorrow night. So I'm holding off at Running Waters. I pulled the snow blower out, and I'm going to snow blow out from the front of the house right out to the street, wide enough to back my truck out right into the damn yard right up to the house. But I don't want to do that now because my youngest boy, he's got to move all his shit out. If he wants to move his shit out, he can pull the snowblower out and otherwise carry it out to the street. That's the way I'm looking at it. Yeah, Allie's in the process of moving too. Yeah. I can't remember, Allie, if you're going to be in the La Crosse area or the Red Wing area. I can't remember which one it was.
I used to live in Red Wing.
Minnesota?
Yep.
Wow. I used to go to Red Wing quite often. I was lucky I never ended up being a resident there because in my day, you were either born and raised in Red Wing or the state put you there. That's where the state prison, one of the state prisons was. Yeah. I've been there, visited, never had to stay there. That's one hotel I'm glad. Red Wing as of Sunday. Wow, girl, you're out of here. Wow, cool, because your auntie Mariah said you'll be so close that she'll actually get to cross paths with you once in a while. She said that'll be so sweet having you so much closer to the folks up here in Wisconsin. Yeah. For me, it's still about a 3-hour drive down there, but it's a hell of a lot closer than Iowa or someplace else. So my family down in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, always said, "Come on down here, Uncle Sty." No, you come on up here. Fuck you. Yeah, give me this come down there shit.
I moved to Michigan where it was warmer.
Warmer.
Man, it's cold up there.
It ain't that cold up here.
Cold enough.
You know, the way I see it,
A long time ago, though. Now I don't mind the cold. But
once it drops below 40, to me, it don't matter how cold it gets once it drops below 40. So, yeah, it's cold for 6 months up here. Yeah.
6 months too long for me.
Damn, I can't cope with it. Hey, you have a good night, Meat Dibble. I hope things go better for you. Yes. Yeah. Allie right now is 7.5 hours from me, and she gets down to Red Wing. Yeah, we're a lot closer. And the thing is Allie can come up and see me at her dad's house. I'll be moved in there, and of course she can put claims on her dad's room, you know. He's got a nice big queen size bed in that room. Yeah. Hey, Justin Anderson. Yeah, 40 degrees. Minus 40. Let you know you're still alive. Yeah. Kathy Gahan said it's -1 there. Yeah.
We're going to be in the 50s tomorrow night. Getting like an inch of rain, though. But
That's the problem now is it gets warm, and then you end up with rain. Then the temps will drop. Now you got ice.
Did he get pneumonia and die?
What the hell? We got a winter weather advisory. It's 30 degrees right now. It was a wet snow today because it was hovering between 28 and 30 all day. Well, that's for my county. What is it? Until 9 o'clock in the morning.
You better go.
Oh, what the heck, you buggers. Boy, did they change that forecast. Now they're expecting 3 to 5 overnight. 3 to 5 inches overnight.
Oh, God.
I don't want it. They can keep their 3 to 5 inches. I know a nice warm place they can stick that. Yeah.
You better go cuddle with one of the blue hairs.
Oh, I'll stay plenty warm in here all by myself. Hell, them blue hairs, they're 30 below on a summer day. Give me this warm up to a blue hair.
Or gray hair, whatever you prefer, you know.
Yeah, and both of those is because they're so cold. You know, it's frost.
Damn.
If you thawed them out, they might have some hair color, you know. Yeah, Justin says it's 30 in the 30s there. Tropical heat wave. Yeah.
Where we at? We're at 38. 38.
Yeah, Allie, that's a bummer. Up to 11 inches where she's moving to.
Oh, God.
And she's got to move right in the middle of that crap. I got my fingers crossed that the last week of December, there's going to be 4 days people will not see me online at all. I won't be on the internet, period. On the 27th of December, I'll be streaming for 8 hours on the 25th. That's a Saturday. That Sunday, there will be no Sty Story Sunday. That Monday and Wednesday, there will be no Sty Times. Thursday, if I don't have any of those 3 streams that week, that Thursday I'll be able to do Around the Campfire from the new studio. But the way it's looking, if I can get my youngest kid out of there and I can get in, I'm only going to have 3 days to actually. I'm going to have 1 day we're hauling everything in there, and I'll have 2 days to get it all in place and get my studio set up, get all the cabling done, everything. So my first live stream from Running Waters might be a little back to basics, you know. Yeah, I hate moving.
Especially in the winter. Never move in the winter.
Yeah, I've only had to move once in the winter in the past, and I always said never again, ain't happening. Well, here I am right in the heart of it, doing this. My last move I'll ever make. And yeah, the word is out in this damn building. I got all these gray hairs trying to chase me down. Is it true, Sty? We heard you're moving. Yeah, I'm moving. I'm out of here. Phew! Man, I head right for the door. Got no time to tell you anything. I'm out of here. Bye. I'm moving. Son of a bitch. Everybody, oh, you're not going to be here. That's not good. You can come and visit us. I don't know if I can or not. We'll see what happens. Yeah. I'm not going to be coming over here visiting these old farts all the time.
Oh, you're not very nice.
The
I bet
metal music is saying, I know people that build female snowmen, lipstick and all. Like this one? There she is. That's Crazy Ann. That's Crazy Ann in Norway, middle of winter. Yep. Ain't she hot?
Yeah.
She's pretty cool. That chick. She's pretty cool.
She got a pretty mouth.
Oh, God.
Oh, you're terrible.
I know.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, okay.
You let me up here.
Well, yeah, who says Sty never makes a mistake, okay?
You made quite a few of them, sir.
That's all right. That's all right. Doesn't hurt to have a little extra everything, right? A few extra mistakes. What the heck? I got mistakes to spare, right? Yeah, Allie's moving to a new job, getting away from a toxic job there in Iowa.
Toxic is no good.
Allie, yeah, there you go, Allie, with those 11 inches of snow. You get all moved in, go out and go outside and build yourself a big old female snow person. I'm going to mute myself because I'm going to sneeze like a devil here.
Let's watch.
Gesundheit.
He ain't gonna sneeze. Everybody's watching him.
There it goes.
You don't sneeze when people are watching.
I'm going off screen.
Uh-oh. Be a good
one. Wow.
We heard you.
So did half this damn building.
They're probably sitting right now going, man, I'm glad that old man's moving.
Oh, I tell you what, I ain't noisy. When I put in my notice that I was leaving, they wanted a reason, right? And I said, because I found a better place. And I told them, if you haven't heard from all the other tenants about it, consider this your notice that whoever you put in the apartment above me, you better go in there and see what the hell they're building or tearing apart out there.
Oh.
I hear an impact drill drilling into concrete up there. I heard glass breaking. I heard a skill saw running. This is an apartment building. What in the hell are they doing in their apartment?
Maybe it's some sort of serial killer.
What the hell was that movie? Oh, dang it. There was that movie where this couple, they decided to rent out an apartment in their house, and they got this guy in there, and he tearing the whole walls out, everything. And they're trying to get rid of him, and he knows the law inside out. And he aggravates them to the point where the guy kind of assaults him a little bit and throws his ass out on the street. Well, he takes him to court and gets an injunction against him, and they can't even knock on his fucking door. And he's in there tearing the apartment up. Justin says building bunk beds. That's the thing too, is I did talk to somebody yesterday that lives on that floor, and they said, oh, that SOB's got all these homeless people showing up. And they come and they're pounding on the door and asking, let us in, and he'll let them buggers in there, and they don't leave. They stay the night. I said, oh, Jesus.
Oh, he's eating.
But God knows what's going on in there.
Might
We
be
got it.
Has there been a run on missing homeless people around there?
Well, that's it. We might have a Jeffrey Dahmer living up there or something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, in a matter of about 3 weeks, ain't my problem. He don't want to come down here because, no. The only carry out that's coming from my apartment is his body. Carry that out of here, damn it. But one of their managers caught me in the hall today and said, what's this about the person above you? And I told him, I said, you better check on what's going on in there. I said, I got a gut feeling he's letting out his apartment to some of these homeless guys for a couple bucks a night kind of thing. And yeah. And they tell me, well, call the cops. I said, I live in a building with 82 freaking apartments. And when we call the cops from this building, they go, well, if we can free somebody up, we'll send them over. I told them, I said, just but, well, see, here, I shouldn't be hearing anything, Allie. My apartment is all concrete. The two apartments either side of me, there's a 8-inch concrete thick wall between our apartments. The ceiling and the floor is 10-inch spancrete. I've never heard the tenant upstairs in 3 years. They moved out. This bugger's been here for just a month, and I hear them every day, every night, and you can hear it through the ceiling. In fact, I got a couple of spots where I could see an actual crack in the ceiling, and I told maintenance about it when they did their inspection. They looked and they go, oh, that's just the paint. That's just the paint crack. I said, you got to hear what they're doing up there, man. I don't think it's just paint. I said, at least it's next to a load-bearing wall, so if it does break through, you know, the whole place won't go, you know. But
Yeah,
I would think
inspections. Why wouldn't they catch that? They do inspections on the apartment.
because they do random inspections.
Oh.
They'll pick like every third apartment or every other apartment.
Oh.
And his was and because he just moved in 30 days ago, they did a move-in inspection, so they're not going to do an annual. These are annual inspections, so they won't do an annual on him until next year. And I told him by next year,
He's gonna have an apartment.
I said he'll probably be done building that fucking Harley he's putting together up there in his living room. You know, what the? Then he'll ride that son of a bitch through the building and get out. You know, yeah. Yeah, the only time I can hear other people in my building is in the summer if I got the living room and bedroom window open. Because then you can, if one of your neighbors has their windows open, you can hear their TV, or if they don't have anybody next to me or right below me that they're all single people and they don't have a lot of company or nothing. So so I rarely ever hear anybody else. Oh yeah, I love moving. Yeah. Yeah, Allie, this is her second place that she's lived in, and she's never had a home inspection. Here they inspect your place twice a year. We got a notice that they're going to do their annual, because this is a HUD subsidized building. Well, the feds can come in and inspect it once a year, right? But what they do is this one guy will show up from Chicago or Milwaukee, one of the two regional offices. He shows up, and for 2 days he goes around and looks at all of the properties, and he does that too, random. They just draw numbers out of a hat kind of thing. And what's he do? He goes around with one of our maintenance guys, and he's in here for about 3 minutes. He walks through, doesn't say nothing to you, just walks through, and maintenance guy checks the smoke detector and says, yeah, that works. Oh, well, that's good. The hell out of here. The guy from HUD, he don't want to find anything wrong, because that means the housing here, the management, is going to ask HUD for money to fix it, right? So he don't want to find nothing wrong. But yet they got to come in here. And then they tell you because of COVID, you have to stay 6 feet away from them. Now, wait a fucking minute. There's nowhere in my apartment that I can go that will be 6 feet away from them. Because if they come in the same room with me, I'm at least 6 feet from them, no more than that. If I'm in the other room and they come in that room, I'm at least 6 feet from you. You know, what the fuck? There's no way I can stay 6 feet away. Well, you gotta make sure to stay masked up. And so the last inspection, they come to the door. I yelled at them, "Come on in." I sat right here in the corner in my studio, put my mask on, said, "Have fun." And then I realized neither one of them fuckers are wearing masks.
Mm-hmm.
But, whoa, there's my notice sitting right here on my desk. Says right in there in bold, huge typeset, must wear mask at all times while the inspectors are within your unit. They don't have to. So I took my mask off and I got this wax melting thing over here. I took that because that thing will make me sneeze. I took that, sniffing it, put it back in here. They come walking in the living room. I start sneezing my head off. In fact, the maintenance man stood as far as he could away from that smoke detector with this long stick he's got, reaching over. Me. Oh, it's working. Out they went. Yeah. So the bitch has got COVID. He's sitting over there because I took my mask off, and I'm over here sneezing like a banshee. I suppose I better take a couple of Benadryl. That'll help me sleep tonight. Yeah. After the stream tonight, I got work to do. That's a bummer. I got more packing I want to get done. I want everything packed so that I got nothing but absolute necessities that isn't packed. So that the minute I can haul anything to the other house, it's out of here. If I had my way, everything would be out of this goddamn place, and I'd be sleeping on the floor until the end of the month, just to have it all done. But yeah, that house, what a beautiful house Running Water's got. It's a great house. And the kitchen is to die for. It's awesome. But I'm not kidding you. I couldn't take over 2 Walmart bags of groceries to that house and have somewhere to put them. There's nowhere to put them. And that kitchen's huge. It's about, today I figured it's about 14 by 18 feet.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. It's huge. I could be up all night packing and cleaning. I have about 36 hours until the movers show up to load up the U-Haul. Awesome. Running Water's ex honey, she moved downstate at Kenosha or someplace like that. I think it was Kenosha. It was that neck of the woods anyway. But the apartment she got, she was sound asleep in bed and sleeping all natural. And she wakes up to 2 maintenance men standing in her bedroom.
Oh, God.
She let out a scream, and they said, "Oh, we're here to work in your kitchen." Well, what in the hell are you doing standing in the bedroom? And what are you doing in the house without knocking on the damn door? You know? just came in? Well, we have the right to do that. Oh, and out come the handgun. she said, boy, they got the hell out of there in a flash. And her landlord was not happy. Man, it less than 3 days went by and they got their notice to appear in court. She sued their asses royally. They couldn't go in her apartment at all. Not even with notice. She got an injunction against them. They could never go in her apartment while she's present. So, and they can't go in her apartment unless she agrees to it. And then they have to give her a fixed time and all that. None of this, sometime tomorrow kind of shit. No, we're going to be there at 8 o'clock sharp. And if she agrees to that, fine. And then she'll leave the apartment. They go and do their thing. And that worked out to her advantage. So they ended up having to release her of her lease, and they actually ended up having to pay relocation costs for her to move into a different place, a different apartment with a different landlord. The court just nailed the landlord on that one. You walk into somebody's place and they're sleeping. And the worst part was, and it was smart because as she's chasing them out with the, threatening them, get the fuck out. She snapped some pictures and got a clock in one of the pictures. Yeah, it was like 7:45 in the morning. What the hell were they doing in there that time of the day? I usually stick up for the landlords, but landlords like that, boy, they're stupid landlords. I had a spell there when I was managing properties where they asked me, how are we going to get these people out of our houses? Some of them are destroying the houses. Some of them aren't paying the rent. I said, don't worry about it. I went right to those people and said, you got to get the hell out. I'm giving you 5 days to get everything out of this house and be out. Because on the 6th day, I'm showing up with my whole maintenance crew, and we're throwing all your shit into a truck, and we're hauling it to a storage unit. You're going to be paying for the truck and the storage unit. And I had a couple of those tenants say, you can't throw me out. You have to evict me. I said, in one sense, you're right. In another, you're so wrong. Because I am literally going to throw your ass out on the street, and I'm throwing all your shit out too, but I'm going to protect your shit. I'm going to put it in the storage unit. Because you're going to end up paying for it someday. Or it's going to the dump, one of the two. And they said, but you can't do that. I said, I've already talked to the local PD. They're not going to get involved unless you decide to get violent. Then they'll get involved and they'll throw your ass in jail. I said, they're not going to get between my guys and you when they start hauling your shit out to the truck. What they're going to tell you is this is a civil matter. You're going to have to sue him. If he doesn't have the right to throw you out, then you're going to have to take him to court. Guess how many of them took me to court? 0. Zilch. And I threw about 15 people out that way. But I was asked by an attorney. One of them did have an attorney get a hold of me and threaten litigation. And I said, hey, they can have their shit. If they pay the storage and the cost of the truck to haul it over there, they can have their shit. But I said, I'm ready for you if you want to go to court. And he said, but you can't just throw people out on the street like that. I said, I proved you wrong then, because I did. I threw them out on the street. Maybe I'm not supposed to do that. They can sue me. And when I showed the court the pictures of the damages to the house and all of the past due rents and the fact they haven't paid utilities in 6 months, You think the court's going to force me to put them back in that house? Nope, ain't happening. So I'll throw you out and we can settle it in court later. Instead of me taking you to court now, I'll go to court with you later. And why the hell should I file? You should file against me for throwing you out. I look at everything spicy jumping in there. Throw them out.
Yeah, you can't do that here. Landlord will go to jail.
Yeah, see, and that's it. Is now over in Minnesota, it's the same way. It's the same way. But see, here in Wisconsin, I quit doing that because Wisconsin actually changed its statutes a bit, and now I can go to the court, petition the court, and if I can show the court when I file that there's damages to the unit, or they haven't paid the utilities and the utilities have been shut off to the unit, which can lead to damages, the court will then, they'll hold that hearing within 7 days, and they'll give you a 24-hour writ of eviction. You got 24 hours to get your shit out of his place. And that's what I started using after that. Let the court be the bad guy, you know, because I only have to put up with them for a week and a day, you know.
Yeah, like I can put in my leases if any of your utilities get shut off, leases void, gotta go. I can do that.
Yeah. Yeah, because look at your situation. Somebody's renting a house. They don't pay the utilities. Utility company shuts them down. All of a sudden, they got no heat. Pipes all freeze. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Now the owner of the house, all the damages in that house, people don't get it. You know, if a pipe freezes, it might be a $150 plumbing job, but you've got $600 worth of wall and floor damage from it.
Yeah.
You know, or thousands of dollars of damage. I had one house, sons of bitches, they abandoned the place in the middle of winter, and the utilities weren't shut off. They shut their furnace down just out of spite. Well, by the time we caught it, it was too late. Split entry home, had to do a full reno on the whole place. The whole place was shot. Blown holes through the walls where the pipes broke. You know, it blew right through the drywall, the water pressure. And it cost us, to build the house at that time, it cost us $85,000 to build the house. To do the renovation work after that incident cost me $36,000. Look at there, that guy. Throw him out.
Throw him out. Get him the hell out of there.
Hey, Bill.
Okay. Well, he said throw him out.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, boy. I'm going to take you to court.
I love
Well,
that.
you do that.
I love that picture that Lily and Granny, for little, she looks like a friend of mine. Anyways, I love that picture that Granny has got up there of herself.
Yes.
That she had
me
never
too.
shared with many people. I was one of the lucky people that had
That's
that
it.
picture.
The
Lovely picture of her.
That's it. You know, I got to show it off.
Yeah,
I
Granny
love
reminds me
I
of
love it.
someone
I
else
love it.
in
That is
picture.
so awesome.
I
That's
got
so awesome.
a better picture than that of her.
I don't look like that no more.
Ah,
Oh, you're
Yeah.
you're definitely a version of that still. Remember, I got
Yes.
to physically meet you, me and the
Yes,
wife.
I know you did.
and I've watched enough of your videos where we actually get to see you. And yeah, I see this picture and yeah, that's you all over.
And again,
That's
she
you all
looks
over.
a lot like my sister-in-law in that picture. So
So I look
Does
like
does everybody know Phil's sister-in-law?
right?
Does everybody
I'm just
agree with
saying
that?
that's what she looks like in that picture.
Oh,
I'd have been
yeah.
up here earlier, but it was at 8 o'clock when I got home, and then I had to tell my wife about my day, and then since she listened to me, I had to listen to her, which that sucked. And then
Well, hey, fair is fair, you know.
And then there's kids in the house, and they had to talk about what's going on in their lives,
Yeah,
things like that.
I know how it is.
And I think we're gonna get rid of my mother-in-law's house. I think we had 3 showings on that thing. We got one that's over our asking price. We did have someone that was over the asking price 2 weeks ago by almost 20 grand. But where we're at, they couldn't find someone that would loan them the money on a modular home that was older than 1976.
Oh,
But the lady that's given us an offer, she says she got a hold of a credit union that specializes in
the older
homes. That are,
Nice.
yeah. So,
see, that's the thing is people give up too easy because 1 or 2 lenders will say, "Oh no, won't lend you money on something so old."
Yep.
Well, we had a 1967 10 by 54 foot 2-bedroom trailer house, right? That sucker has been parked in that spot since probably 1968. And I bought it and I paid cash for it. Yeah, it's $3,800. I paid cash for it. Well, my youngest boy wanted to buy it from us because we only bought it as a transitional place, I said, I'll buy it, and then we'll use it for transition to the other house. And once we move, I'll put it on the market and sell it for $3,000 or something, recover most of my money. Well, my youngest boy wanted to buy it, but he wanted to do certain repairs and alterations to the trailer. So he hit his own bank and a couple other banks, and all of them. No way are we going to loan you a dime on something that old. It ain't happening. This ain't happening. And sure enough, out of the blue, somebody gave him the name to this one outfit, and he called them up, and they said, "No problem, come on in." They loaned him $6,000 on that damn thing. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe they loaned him $6,000 for that trailer. So I sold it to him for $3,500. I sold it to him for a little less than I paid for it. But the same thing here. I don't know how often. It's every year, a couple of times, somebody will say, damn, I really want to put a wood stove in my place, but nobody's going to insure the place. Nobody will insure the house with that wood stove in it. And they can't even get an insurance carrier to insure them, even if they have it brand new installed with all state-of-the-art line smokestacks, blah, 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 blah. Nobody will insure them. I hear that and I go, whoa, 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 whoa. It's called Finnish Mutual. They're down in that little town called Maringo. And they've been an insurance carrier in the Northwoods up here for about 80 frickin' years. And I said, they will insure you with a wood stove in your place. And they don't give a shit what class pipe you're using or anything else. Wood stove. As long
as it's code.
Yeah, as long as it meets code, they're good with it. But they're not going to be that. When they insured our place, and I had a high-end wood stove in there.
What do you got up there, Mike?
But they said that they looked at our wood stove. They just come and inspect it, and they said, yeah. They said that's good.
What's all that shit on your ceiling, Mike?
I don't know. What do you see?
I don't know.
There's a lot of stuff.
I see some cobwebs.
See any fleas? I had a little roach problem earlier.
Yeah,
you had a roach problem?
Usually the roaches are on the ground, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or in an ashtray.
Yeah. That's not a problem, from what I understand.
No, because those get cleaned up. Gemma pop in here to say hi. Hello, because I want to.
Hey,
Gemma.
Gemma.
Hey, Gemma.
Oh, that's so sweet of you, girl.
Hold on.
Oh,
I'm gonna go live for about 10 minutes, Jim. Hold on. I'll meet you over there.
too late. Too late.
I'll meet you over there.
Too late. That she spent her allowance. That's it.
There you
She's
go.
done.
All gone.
Damn it.
It's all gone. Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah. You're
I missed the boat.
So I had a fun experience. Not a fun experience. I had an experience at work today. If anybody wants to hear it.
No, thank you.
Okay.
Here, I'll mute myself. Then I won't have to hear it.
No, you'll still hear it. We just won't hear you.
Go ahead.
So I don't know if I've shared this. I mean, my whole channel started a few years back because we had someone at my work that was stealing people's food.
Mm-hmm.
So we were.
I remember that.
So we were doctoring food up with spicy stuff, spicy hot sauce, trying to catch the person, doing it. So,
Right.
Me and the other guy wound up eating it on purpose after the fact, and it just kind of snowballed into what I've done now.
Yeah.
And we've always kind of known or thought we know who did it because they're kind of in and out of the lunchroom. Never see them eat in the lunchroom. You got with all the people around there, you got a pretty good idea of who's doing it. So we had an incident a couple of weeks ago where one of the guys had a bunch of like a 12-pack of tacos split between two people. One guy took his to his office. He put the other ones in our lunchroom and told the other guy that they're in there. He went in there just minutes after, and this girl had been in and out of the lunchroom, and one was already gone. Yeah. Apparently, she came out of there. He thought she came out of there with something cupped in your hand, like you're kind of hiding it type thing. But he didn't confront her. He just went in there, and so they took the last taco and they spiced it up real good with every intention of eating it themselves. But if she happened to go in there and eat it or steal it, she would get a really good spicy taco. Well, she did. And her eyes when I saw her eyes were big. Of course, she never confessed to it. No one really confronted her with it. We thought that might be the end of it. Well, today I happened to have got a pizza for lunch. I ate half of this, Green Lantern pizza. I don't know if you ever had a Green Lantern pizza, Mike.
Green Lantern pizza is awesome.
That's awesome pizza. So I eat half of this pizza, and I put the box up on the counter in our little lunchroom and whatnot with every intent of taking it home. I didn't do anything to the pizza because I liked the pizza. I had the barbecue chicken pizza.
There you go.
That's good stuff. So I go in there with about an hour left of my work day to go put that on my work desk. That way, when I don't forget it and leave it in the lunchroom, because the cleaning people at night, they just throw that shit away. So I go in there, and the whole countertop in there is cleaned off. There was some other stuff up there and everything else, and I'm like, motherfucker. So I go out to the sales floor. I get to my sales manager and said, hey, I said, did someone go in there and clean that entire counter off and everything else and throw away my pizza? Because I looked at my pizza box and it was empty, and I looked in the garbage on the top. I didn't see any pieces of pizza. He's like, well, you know who did it, because we all kind of know who does it. But, again, I was like, all right, God damn it. So I go back to our service department where she's one of these people that pulls the vehicles around for the service guys. And she was walking out of the parts department. I went up to her and I says, did you take my pizza?
Oh,
And she looked at me and she's like, well, yeah, I didn't think anybody was going to eat it. Didn't know. I says, no, I had left it there so I could take it home. Oh, well, I says, you took my pizza. She's like, yeah. I said, well, where I used to work, anything that was left out was fair game. I'm like, first of all, where do you work where anything that's left out on the counter is fair game? I said, Liz, she's like, well, I'll buy you a new pizza. I said, I don't want a new pizza. Just
quit taking any of my pizza.
Don't fucking take, and I used the F word. I said, don't fucking take any of my food. As a matter of fact, don't take any fucking food in that fucking lunchroom that isn't fucking yours. Said,
right.
Well, no. And I'm walking away from her. She's like, oh, no, I'll buy it. I said, no. I said, that's not the point. I said, the food that's in there. Well, where we used to work, I says, it's not. I don't give a shit where you used to work.
Yeah.
I says, you don't eat any food that's in the lunchroom that's not fucking yours. And I kept, but I'm walking away, and so I wind up back in the showroom, and they could see that I was frustrated. And he said, did you say something? I said, yeah, I finally said something to her. No one else could say anything to her. So I said something to her. So I'm sitting there and I'm talking to the salesman. It says, yeah, well, they tell me, well, yeah, earlier she came by the sales desk and was, had mentioned how hungry she was. So someone dropped off a dozen donuts for us in the middle of the day. And sales guys are with donuts. Well, I didn't have any. I hadn't had any. But there was still like a half a box of donuts there. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to take her back these half a box of donuts. Now, there's a little bit of a smart ass in me taking back donuts.
Right.
We just got done stealing food.
These are being given to you.
Yeah. So I go back to the back. Well, her husband is there, who also works there.
Hey, Blake.
So they're back there. They're leaning up against the thing. And, of course, they're talking about my confrontation with her. I said, here, you're so hungry. I said, we are giving you these donuts. I said, you have something for breakfast now. No, we don't want those. You come back here. I'm like, hold on. It says, oh, you come back here where we used to. They keep explaining over and over again of where they trying to explain that stealing food, taking something that wasn't there, somehow it was justified because somewhere where they used to work, and they didn't work at Old Country Buffet before here. Somewhere where they used to work, if someone didn't finish their food, apparently it was. I can't imagine anybody in the chat or anybody up here on panel ever work at a place where if you didn't finish your food and you left it sitting out with the box closed or in a sealed container, that meant it was free for anybody to take.
Sent you the link, Gemma.
I always took it.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that. So of course her husband's getting all frustrated at me. Well, these are the same two people that when we bring lease turn-in vehicles into the service aisle so they can check these vehicles for recalls, they jump in these vehicles quickly to see if there's any loose change left over.
Oh, geez. One of them.
If the customer quite possibly left something of some kind of value behind in the vehicle. And I had mentioned something to one of the service riders one time, and the husband overheard me. And, of course, he hasn't liked me since because no one likes being called out on their bullshit, right? Yeah. So I go back up to the sales desk where I'm talking about this, trying to give them the donuts. She comes back up there and starts confronting me again. I want to buy. I said, no, I don't want your fucking pizza. What I want you to do is not to go back in that lunchroom and ever fucking touch anybody else's food ever again. And she's like, I want you to accept my apology. I said, finally, I just accepted her apology so she would shut the up.
Fuck.
But again, it's like I was telling my wife, I didn't care about the money of the pizza. I bought a big enough pizza. I bought a medium so I could bring the rest home and finish the rest. I could have bought a small and probably finished it off before I left work. Hey, Gemma, how are you?
Hi, Gemma.
Hello.
But I spent a couple of extra bucks, which is all it was, to get into a medium from a small so I could bring some home from work. And it was frustrating. And it was frustrating because it's the same person that we're pretty sure. I mean, she admitted to the taco. When I was back there and confronted her, she also admitted to the taco. So, which means that most everything that was ever missing back there, because we all the salespeople and sales managers have talked about food missing back there before. So there is not a single person in that department that wants to get caught stealing someone else's food.
Yeah. And that's the thing, though, is when you have that understanding in a workplace, nobody breaks that rule. Nobody goes into other people's stuff. And at the Dollar Tree, I used to have that issue. I had a couple employees that tried to explain to them that in our lunchroom at our Dollar Tree, you couldn't have anything in that room or in that fridge that we had in there or in the microwave that came from the Dollar Tree unless it had an associate sale receipt signed by the manager attached to it, because we sold groceries there.
Right.
We didn't want people grabbing pop off the shelf or grabbing a miniature pizza or something out of the freezers and microwaving it for their lunch and not paying. Well, I don't know how many times I'd go back there and there'd be 4 or 5 cans of pop in that fridge that we sell. And there'd be something in the freezer that we sell. No receipts on it. I grab it all, go put it back out on the floor, and sure enough, it was always the same 2 employees. Who took my pop out of the fridge? Wasn't me. And they'd say, but you're the only person that's been back there since I put the pop in there. I said, I didn't take your pop out of the fridge. I took the store's pop out of the fridge. Didn't have no damn receipt attached to it, so it ain't yours. It belongs to this store. You see it right in the employee handbook flat out. You cannot consume anything inside this store unless you got the receipt for it. Well, I got the receipt somewhere, and I always said, pony up the receipt, and you're good to go. But if you don't pony up that receipt, well, I must have lost it. Well, that's not my problem. Why is it that we've got 16 employees here, and it's only the 2 of you that never have receipts for the stuff you're eating in that lunchroom? Everybody else has receipts, but you don't. Well, we never had to do that at Walmart. We never had to do that here or there. And I told them, well, then go back to fucking Walmart. If you don't like our lunchroom policies here and you think theirs are so good, why'd you ever leave there then? Go back there. It's not my problem. And that's, again, it's just this entitlement. You owe me. And everything is okay. I can do what I want because everything's okay. And if you get upset, it's not my problem that you're upset, even though I did it to you. And that kind of attitude is terrible. I mean, and my staff, they loved it because there were times at least once a month at the Dollar Tree. Oh, hell, here come one of our local pizza joints delivering pizzas in. And right away, the staff are like, what are those? There's 2 large pizzas here, Sty, and he says it's for the store. And I said, oh, yeah, that's for you guys for lunch tonight. What? Yeah. Go put it in the break room. You guys help yourselves to pizza. Any other time, you don't touch somebody else's food. It was perfectly clear that was bought for all of you, Otherwise, leave everybody else's stuff alone,
Or at least ask.
Yeah, exactly.
Ask them, are you going to eat that or are you going to toss it? Well,
So I have a story from my volunteer work that I used to do when I used to work at my local hospital in the physiotherapy, and it was coming to lunchtime and everyone would have their packed lunch boxes on the side with their name on. And one time I bought a new packed lunch box, I hadn't put my name on it. So on the physios decided they'd open up my packed lunch box, and I went in there to grab my drink. I was like, why the hell is my packed lunch bag open? I questioned everyone. Everyone's like, no, I haven't touched it. Hey, JCT. And I was like, where's my bottle gone? And the physio's like, oh, you mean this one? And it was a bright purple bottle, and it had the word autism down the side of it. And I'm like, why the hell are you touching my bottle? It's clearly mine, and it clearly says Gemma on the bottom.
What's it, autism?
He said, oh, I didn't see it. I'm like, it's a big, massive freaking juice bottle. What the hell couldn't you see? And he literally had drunk most of my drink out of my packed lunch bag. I was like,
yeah. It really makes you wonder what people are thinking,
And here's my thought process as I'm driving home, right? So if they think that there's nothing wrong with what they've done, and that they did it at the other work, so it should be, it's probably that way everywhere.
Hey, Raven.
Well, then why are you taking it out of the lunchroom, going somewhere else and eating it? Why aren't you right there in the lunchroom, take it right out of the box and stand
right in front of everybody?
Right in front of everybody and enjoy it. Why are you walking into the room, sneaking out with it, going somewhere else and eating it?
Yeah.
If you think it's okay to do,
yeah.
Why has no one ever seen you go in there, stand in there and eat it?
Right.
Well, because you know what you're doing is wrong and it's fucked up. And when you got called out on your shit, you got upset. So,
yeah.
Yeah, I've had it happen to me a couple of times in the past when I used to volunteer. Like, I had another incident where I brought my sandwiches and I also used to always wrap them in some, as what you guys call aluminum, what we call aluminium foil, and I'd wrap them up to keep them nice and fresh and everything else. And I used to always put my lunchbox in the cupboard above the fridge because there was nowhere else for my lunchbox to be put. So that cupboard used to be my cupboard. I was like, don't touch it. It's my lunch, my everything in there. Went to get my drink at lunchtime. I was like, someone's stole my drink again. This went on for weeks. I was like, every time I go to grab my drink's gone. And they know that cupboard was for me. No one else used it. It had been empty for months and months and months and months. I was like, right, I'll use it as my lunch cupboard. And then I started having my phone out on me in my pocket in my top. And I was like, I'll just film it and be sneaky and see who goes in there. And I caught it. It was one of the brand new junior physios who I'd started working with. And every Tuesday I used to work with him. As soon as it came to lunchtime, my bottle of drink was gone. I ended up catching him in the act. I was like, you're a thief. I said, you've been nicking my drink. I'm like, what the hell is possessing you to nick my drink out of everyone else that works in here? There's 32 of us that work here, and you pick mine.
Now I know some people will think, oh, Sty is just an ass, but I'll tell you what. Yeah, watch it, buddy. I'm trying to make a point here.
I'm tell you're an ass right now.
Okay, when I was managing a large housing project, they were hiring outside contractors to do virtually everything, and I told them, I said, we're dealing with, at that time we had a $1.8 million renovation grant that needed to be contracted out to have the work done. And I said, okay, I'm living in a depressed community. There's no jobs. And there's a lot of qualified people who live in this damn community looking for work. So, but these contractors aren't going to hire these people. So I said, no, I'm going to start what's called a force account crew, right? So I hired 93 employees and created my own construction crew. I had a landscape crew. I had a full construction crew for building homes. I had a renovation crew. Had everything covered, everybody covered. All the best people in the world, except the one foreman that I hired. And that's where I got to the point where, and this subject is perfect because I gotta
take off for a minute.
Okay.
I'll try to get back. My fucking
yeah. Okay. Yeah. But I caught that guy in our lunchroom, and he had snatched up somebody else's food, and he was in his office chowing it down, and I walked in his office. Well, I told him, I said, I didn't see you bring a lunch in here today. And he goes, no, somebody left this behind. I'm just eating it up. And I thought, he knows better, and now he knows I know better, and I'll leave it at that for today. Well, then about a week later, now at that time, I was very dependent on insulin. I was taking insulin shots at work 4 or 5 times throughout the day. And I kept my insulin in a insulated bag that had ice packs in it because I was using the bottled insulin. It has to remain refrigerated all the time. And that pack was attached to my insulated lunch bag that I'd have my lunch in. I went in the kitchen. I need my insulin. My needles and everything are in my office, but the insulin's in the kitchen being kept cool in that bag. So I go in there. That bag is open. Both compartments. My lunch is gone. And I open that insulin pouch, and it had to have been open for 2-3 hours. It was room temperature inside that pouch.
Oh.
I went straight to that guy's office and I looked, and sure as shit, he had my lunch there. He's eating my damn lunch. And I go, what do you think you're doing? And he goes, what do you mean? I said, that lunch. You took that out of my bag. No, I didn't. I said, yes, you did. And he said, prove it. I said, oh, okay. Okay. You're going to tell me I don't know what I put in my lunch bag today. And he goes, maybe you're mistaken, but I didn't take your lunch. I said, in the process, you just ruined a vial of insulin. Now I'm driving home. It's going to take me a half-hour run home, get a fresh vial, and bring it back. And I said, you took that out of my day's work, the inconvenience. I said, and you put me at risk on my blood sugars. I said, you're an asshole. And he goes, I'd be a little careful. You are the boss, but if you treat an employee that way, I said, watch it, buddy, watch it. So I think I scared him because he quit stealing lunches all of a sudden. Nobody complained about their lunches missing anymore. Well, then he had to run to a neighboring town for one of our construction crews to pick a part up, right? I gave him a check for that part. I called the company, said, you got the part ready? They said, yep. I said, I need the dollar amount. I'll run you a check, and I'm sending the guy over to pick the part up, and he'll give you the check. Okay. They gave me the amount. We did the check for it. He ran over there, comes back 2 days later. He he comes back with the part, but no receipt. And I said, I need a receipt for that part. Oh, I must have misplaced it. Oh. I told him, never mind. So I called them up and I said, can you fax me a copy of the receipt for that? And they said, yeah, sure. They faxed it to me. I called them right back and I said, wait a minute. It says here you gave us $6.40 and change.
Hey, Peppers.
And they said, well, yeah, because we overstated it. Yeah. So you had $6.40 coming. So we just gave your delivery guy the money and a receipt showing, the net amount, blah, blah, blah. So I walked right up to him, and he's got 2 people sitting in his office with him, 2 other employees of mine. And I walk in there and I go, don't excuse me because you ain't going to like this shit. I said, where's that $6.40? He goes, what's $6.40? And I told him what I just found out. And he says, so what? It's $6.40. That was a $300 and some part. So what? $6.40, this big operation. We got almost $2 million to spend, and you're going to whine about $6.40? And I said, don't touch a thing on your desk. Not a single fucking thing. I said, the only thing you're allowed to touch, I see your keys are sitting there on that table. You can stand up, pick up your keys, and you get your ass out of my office and get in your vehicle and get off the property. And he goes, what, over $6? I said, no. I said, you know what? It's $6 today. It was $6.40 today. Last week, it was somebody's $3, $4 lunch. I said, next time, I'm sure it's going to be in the hundreds of dollars. Then it'll be in the thousands of dollars. I said, once a person learns that they can steal and talk their way out of it, they'll steal larger next time and next time and next time. They just get worse at it. Yeah. I said, they never get better. Oh, well. And he appealed his termination and everything else, and they forced me to rehire the son of a bitch. Guess what he did? 4 months later, we had 40 big cast iron boilers we removed out of houses and put new furnaces in a storage yard. I went there to do a count on them, had a flatbed truck show up and a loader to get all those big cast iron boilers on there and haul them off the scrapyard because iron was up. Good time to sell them. We got there, the yard was empty.
Oh.
I go to the local scrapyard and I said, you wouldn't have happened to have gotten several large cast iron boilers lately, would you have? And they said, oh, yeah, we had 40 of them come in the other day. And I asked them, who brought them to you? And they told me, and I go, oh, did you know that he works for me? And they said, well, yeah, he said he was here selling them for you. And I said, then where's my check? Where's my check? They said, well, no, he said that it had to be a cash transaction. So we did a cash transaction. I said, you have by chance, did you do a receipt? Oh, yeah, we did a receipt and he signed for it. I said, I need one. I said, I hope you got two because I need one of the originals. And they did. They had 2 carbon copies. So they gave me one. And boy, did I piss some people off. I didn't even waste my time. The minute I walked in my office, I looked at him, walked right past him, and I yelled at him, I hope you enjoy your vacation. 45 minutes later, there's a sheriff's deputy. Walks in, doesn't even say boo to him, just turns him around, cuffs his ass, and hauls him out for grand theft because he sold those 40 boilers for $1,600 and kept the cash.
Wow.
So they charged him with grand theft and locked his ass up. And not only did he get fired, he got prosecuted. And I said it right in court under oath. I said, I warned that guy. I said, he started by stealing people's food in the office. And then he started stealing leftover cash, small amounts. And I said, someday you're going to be stealing big. And look at what we're doing sitting here today. Boy, that judge didn't even hesitate to find his ass guilty. I mean, and I'm just a firm believer of that. If once you got sticky fingers, you might have just one sticky finger to start with. It won't take long, and all 10 are sticky. You got to put an end to it right away. Say, whoa, that ain't right. You just don't take what's not yours. Just don't do it. You know, if in question, it's not yours. The Yoren come in the house, Shadow Swedes, Scout Swede, and
hey, Sean.
And he's making his breakfast like he usually does when he stops in. Drives me nuts because, man, I could use some French toast and sausage right
Yes.
now. Hey,
Yeah.
Jockey 551, great to see ya.
Sean, you're eating breakfast well early. Wow.
And Peppers, great to see ya. But yeah. So what you're talking about, Bill, there is I couldn't work with her. I couldn't work with her without going to the top and saying I can't trust her ass. You know, keep her away from me.
Just that yours is like what happened to one of our guys at work. I mean, he packed his own lunch, his own homemade sandwich, right?
Uh-huh.
And put it in the refrigerator, and someone eats. Who the hell? I mean, you can get away with eating someone's Taco Bell, someone's slice, but when you go into someone, you don't know whose sandwich you're eating. Someone's sandwich that they made at home, and you're so brazen, so you know at that point you ain't stealing something that is, I thought that was for anybody, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's personal. Hey,
Yeah.
I gotta do something here, Allie. If you ever want to come up on panel with me and all my friends, we'd love to have you up. Here's what you do, Allie, is I don't know. Are you a member of the Sty Shack on Facebook, girl? Just go to Facebook, search Sty Shack, become a member, and message me. Send me a message on Sty Shack, and then I'll have your contact. And I can send you a link, and you just click on the link, and it walks you right through to get up here.
Cool to have the whole family up here.
That to have running water and Allie, and I got Freeman James hanging out, and But Allie is Running Water's oldest girl, well, only girl, but she's she's pretty up to date. I mean, she's cool. She's cool.
So I didn't know which one. I watched your video. I watched parts of your video when you guys went to that old house. And I wasn't sure whether Allie. So it makes sense now that Allie is his daughter and not your daughter with
right with the whole with her whole village.
2 litters of kids.
Oh, you do, Allie? Yeah. Hey, can you? All you got to do is send me a fresh message, and I'll tag it, so it's handy. If you ever want to come up, just let me know. Let's see.
It'd be fun to have Allie up here. We could ask her all sorts of intimate questions about family and running water and all. We could get all the dirt.
Now with running water, you probably get more of the skinny on him than on me, because Allie and I, unfortunately, have not been able to spend a lot of time together, and her and I are just really starting to warm up.
Wow.
So
that means you're old.
If
running water is just a little younger than I am. I'm 53, so running water is like in his upper 40s, right?
But we're all getting old, Phil, brother.
Oh, but I'm getting old. I mean, I'm old.
Oh, be quiet.
I'm past getting.
I'm younger than these two groups, but
You're not old, brother. You're just mature and wise. That's different. That's different from being old.
My mind is not old. I will tell you that my mind is
right. My mind, heart, and soul is not old.
My mind is so screwed up.
And the same thing with Granny. Granny's very wise and mature, and so is Sty. Like, you guys are all very mature for your age. Just because you may be older doesn't necessarily make you old. It just means you're wise.
When my dad was
than what I am.
when my dad was 53 years old, he wouldn't be even think of doing some of the things that I do.
That you're wise.
Like you guys, I learned a lot from you guys, because a lot of my maturity on YouTube has come from you guys, because I was very immature and naive when I joined
she's learned
YouTube.
Something from me. I'm sorry. Can I undo that somehow? You learned something from me? Can I undo that?
I'm sorry too.
Oh, hey, Metal Music. Addie says it's not giving me the option to send a group a private message, but she's going to post. She's going to make a post to the page, so you can see she's written to you, Sty.
Okay, I wonder why Messenger's not letting her send a message. And I'm trying to find you here,
Metal
Russell.
Music. I appreciate your compliment, Metal Music. I feel a lot older than what I am, but yeah.
Oh, you want to feel older than you are? I'll tell you
do.
about that.
I get up like in the mornings, I ache. I get up to go for a shower, and I'm just like having to like stretch. I'm like, oh my god, and I'm like aching everywhere. I'm like, ugh.
Oh, you think you're aching now? Wait till you get to be my age. You don't want to get out of bed. Well, I was telling the story the other day. I fell down. I missed the last step at my mother-in-law's house on Saturday, carrying a recliner down the damn steps. And I've been hobbling around all week long. It's getting better every day. Every day is a little bit less pain. After the first 2 days, I laid down, and I think my knee was dislocated, because after I laid down and got back up, there was a ton of relief from what I was doing. So I think like the first that rest of the day, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday night was the night I laid down. I think for 3 days I was walking around on a dislocated knee. So
that's nuts.
Addie said she can't find you on Facebook.
Sty Shack. STY space SHACK.
CK, yeah.
Sty Shack. That's like
But like I said, you guys have taught me a lot of maturity. Like since I've been on YouTube, I was very naive when I started YouTube. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And then when I found you guys, I've grown up a lot. I had no idea what I was doing until I met you guys. I'm still learning.
Oh, I mean, you can't stop learning, right?
No, never.
Okay, Russell, I think I got a invite off to you. I cannot wait until I'm in my new studio because I'll have all three of my monitors and I can run Facebook independently on the side, and it'll really, really help. Okay, let me see.
Scott says, Phil, I may be in tomorrow for another oil change. I'd like to say hello if you're not busy.
If I'm not busy, that's great. I've got a guy coming in at 1 o'clock. Actually, I got someone coming in maybe before 1 o'clock. I don't know. Whenever you come in, man, you can always stop by my desk. If I'm not busy, I will sit down and have a conversation with you. I met Scott K about a year ago at my work, and I happened to bring up my YouTube channel, and he's been coming and hanging out with us ever since. But he stopped by my desk. What was it? Early this week, Scott, or was that last week? You stopped by my desk, and of course we're jibber jabbering back and forth to one another about Sty and about the channel and everything. And then I wound up having to help a customer. Mojo's
in the house.
Gentlemen and ladies, good to see you guys. Gamma's in the house. Look at Sty. Look at who's here. Hi, Gamma.
Hi, Mojo.
How are you?
It's good to see you, bud.
It's awesome to see you. I'm very happy.
Yeah, good to see
Scott
you. Phil?
When are we going to do a spicy challenge together? There's what we should do.
Oh, boy.
Do a spicy challenge together.
Careful.
With me?
There's a question in the chat. Someone just put in the chat.
I can do it. If you want to do something with me, I'll do something with you.
Dude, I am down with just about anything. I did that spicy chip challenge, and yeah, it came up like a couple hours later. But I'm down.
Have you ever done a death nut challenge?
TM, all I'm going to say is, unless you've got proof, I'd be very, very careful putting accusations like that in the public chat. Just saying.
Have you ever done the death nut challenge, Mojo?
Yeah.
Have I done the pocket chip?
Excuse me a second, folks.
Oh.
Excuse me for just 1 second, folks. Allie, you and I will have to figure that out, and I'll work with your dad on it, and we'll get connected on Facebook so I can send you the links, because the links change for every stream. Every individual stream has a different link. So I want to be able to have direct contact with you, and we'll work it out. I'll figure it all out, girl, because I do want you in the future to be able to come up on panel.
Well, you might as well put it in the chat right now because Raven's here. So
what's
up, bro?
Hey, I had to work on it.
Share that link with everybody, being that you'll just allow anybody up here, won't you? It's good to see you, Raven.
All right, so Phil, you said the death nut challenge?
Yeah, have you ever done that one?
Don't do it.
I've done a nut challenge. That's on my other YouTube channel. It was like 5 different nuts.
Yeah, that's one.
Yeah, I've done that one.
Okay, you've done it. I don't want to have you do anything you've done before.
But that was a while ago, a couple years ago.
Well, there's different versions of Death Nut Challenge now.
Yeah. Raven. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good.
Good to see you. And Phil, thank you for having me up on
Phil,
here, sir.
Getting a
or not Phil, Sty. Look at that.
I was going to say, if you give that little shit any kind of credit at all, you know where he ends up.
Oh no!
Right in the damn basement.
Have you got that one?
No, I don't.
That one you get from the same place you get the Death Nut Challenge, Blazing
Amazon?
Food. And that's peanut brittle, but it's hot as hell.
It really? Wow.
Yeah, that's some good shit there.
That's the one thing now with a lot of the stuff out there. They they're taking some awesome candy and fucking it all up.
Yeah.
They're taking peanut butter cups that'll blow your ass out the next morning. And I mean,
Shit.
and where did I start? I started with a Psycho. In fact, I got that son of a bitch sitting right here, the wrapper for that. I started out with simple, with a Psycho.
And wasn't that from the UK?
Well, it was Andy K from the UK that had it sent to me, but these are made.
Psycho chocolate.
No, they are made in the UK.
Yeah.
They are made in the UK. And this Psycho chocolate, it's a big candy bar. It's a good place to start because it's got jalapeno ghost peppers in it. You know, so it's not over the edge, you know.
Yeah,
And
I can get that from my local sweet shop.
I managed to eat the whole bar, and that was the first hot thing I did, first hot challenge I did. But then because I woofed this big old bar down, then Andy K sent me the what's that? VAT
the VAT 19 world's hottest chocolate.
Yeah, that little bastard will rip your ass out too. I mean, that thing was terrible, and I did it. I did the VAT 19. I try not to recommend anymore because everything I've done was fun when I did it. I couldn't do it anymore because I got stomach issues and things going on that I just can't do the super hots. But if I have to recommend to people,
what are you looking at?
The VAT 19 bar is a good way to gauge yourself on just what you can take. That bugger gave me nasty stomach cramps. But I think what I enjoyed, even though it was kind of miserable hot, was doing fresh reapers and dried reapers, the comparison of the two, because they seem to have a different effect on you. It's not, the dried to me seemed hotter, but I think it had to do with when they're dried out, those oils with the capsaicin in it sticks to your mouth more than it does with a fresh one.
Mm-hmm.
But
wow,
as far as anything recipe wise, I'll tell you what, that what was it? The double X curry.
Oh, Spice and Easy, yeah.
Yeah, Spice and Easy's double X curry. I never did the triple X. Phil did. But I did the double X, and as weird as it sounds, that shit was so freaking hot, man. It was just insane hot. But you put a little dab of sour cream on that after you get through, eat about half of it to say, I can do it. Then the rest of it, man, eat with sour cream, and it's great. The flavors are to die for. It's hotter than shit, but it's great.
Wow.
Hey, plain old Chuck. Glad to see you're still alive, bud.
You get a lot to do with the flavors because you get to adjust, like with the chicken and the onions and things like that you put in it. The heat comes from the spices for sure.
Right.
I mean, if you wanted to, you could dilute it by just doing more chicken and more other stuff. But the sour cream, that sounded so good. I could have used some sour cream on that day I was eating that shit.
Yeah.
You know, that is my highest viewed video. Is that Triple X Spice and Easy?
Was it?
Live. I'm almost at 12,000 views on that.
Wow.
Good for you. Good for you.
Really?
You know, I didn't get a ton of views on doing the double X. I don't know, maybe a couple hundred. I don't know.
I think mine is just the thumbnail. Between the thumbnail and the fact I make it look like it's a triple X-rated thing.
Right. I remember that. We were talking. Oh, clickbait. Clickbait.
Yeah.
The triple X. Triple X.
Right?
Hey, real quick, guys. Real quick. Excuse me. I don't mean to interrupt. But Granny, how are you?
I'm doing okay.
Good to see you up here.
Yep.
We'll let you interrupt.
Yep. These are like my favorite people that are up here right now. Yeah, I can't believe I have Gemma.
I'm nobody's favorite.
Gemma and Raven. I mean, all you guys, man. Look.
Nah.
Look at this.
I
Okay.
adore you, Mojo.
Hey,
I have to
Look at time out. Blow everything. Blow Phil up for me.
Blow him up.
Yeah, his picture.
Let me run out.
Refrigerator.
Let me run out and get some C4.
There you
That's
go.
my little refrigerator.
Look at how
next to
sexy.
Tree, Bubble Bath Ann.
You got,
grilling and chilling with Mojo.
Look at that. I like that one.
Oh,
Who's the bubble bath?
That's Crazy Ann.
What?
Yeah.
Does she
Crazy
have,
Ann.
does she have stickers?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
She's got tons of stickers.
yeah, she has.
Oh, yeah.
Stickers, buddy.
I've got to have 15 or 20 different stickers from
You
her.
don't want to see all my garbage up here. Hold
Oh,
on.
guess what, Mojo? Guess who's making
That looks
stickers
worse
soon?
than my place.
1 second, sweetie. What's
You got
that
all
now?
those tacky chips back there.
Guess who's making her own stickers soon?
Yeah, look at all those
look at all the
packy
packy
chips.
chips. And okay, Bill did a
There's
lot.
still about
like
60
30
back there.
Wow.
You
So
did
what's that,
34 before, but then you only
Guess
did
who's making
17
her
of
own
those, didn't you?
stickers soon?
Who? No way. That's
Yeah, I'm
You're
gonna be
getting
making
stickers? Good.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
girl.
making my own stickers.
that's
Oh,
so
that's
cool.
cool.
I've had a lot of people ask me, they're like, "How come you've not got stickers yet?" And I'm like, "Because I didn't really think that I'm like." To me, like stickers and stuff, I consider it to be like a bigger channel thing. But people are like, "No, Gemma, you need to get them." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah, you should do something like this, Gemma.
Is that toilet paper?
No, it's just a roll of stickers.
No, that's all stickers.
Roll of stickers. I thought it was ass wipe when he first showed it a long time ago. And I thought, where do you get a roll of that? I'd love to wipe myself.
Exactly
with Bill's
right.
face.
That's why I don't make it an ass wipe. Just saying.
Yeah, I can't wait to see Gemma. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna start
Actually,
doing
Mojo.
designs and
I
stuff
gotta,
like
I
that.
gotta try and do
Mojo,
the
you got
same
one of
thing as
these
what
coming.
you guys are doing. I mean,
Do I?
I'm more
Well,
into
you got
magnets.
about 4 or 5 different stickers I sent you.
Oh,
I want to get a Mojo sticker first. I've got a
you know
Phil
what?
sticker, and I want to get a
know what,
Mojo
Gemma?
sticker.
If you send me your mailing address, I will.
Okay.
Because you're in the UK, right?
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
No.
It's only going to cost you $1.25.
Okay. Yes,
for
you're
international
definitely
shipping.
getting some. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want to throw it in the private chat or whatever, because I will fill it
Yeah,
out.
I'll do that.
Gemma, remember to format the message you send him the way it needs to be on the envelope. Because
Envelope.
Yeah.
us weirdos in
But
these states, we don't know how you guys put that shit together.
I tell you what, the first couple mailings I made to the UK and to Norway, I fucked them up so bad. I've had sent out like 5 things, and I had 3 of them come back that
Right.
they didn't
What's
know
your
what the
favorite
hell I
color,
was.
Gemma?
Purple.
Purple.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what's funny? It so happens I have a purple envelope.
Well, he didn't ask me what my favorite color was.
Yay!
I know,
Yeah.
right?
I just
The
got this
one-eyed,
orange
one-horn,
envelope.
flying purple people eater.
Although,
Yeah, hey, I got an orange one.
although I did get some free coupons for ice cream.
Oh, you
and
got a lot
burgers.
more coupons than me. That's because you have a Sonic near
I
you.
do have a Sonic here, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me know.
We-
You're
we-
supposed to be able to use those on those when those expire. You're still supposed to
They'll still take them.
be able to use them.
I think I'm just going to go up there and get 5 cheeseburgers and bring them home. I might call it a Mojo stream.
We
Get 5
got
free
several
cheeseburgers
of
and
these.
piss them off. I wonder if I could eat 5 ice cream cones in the drive-thru. Wouldn't that be a
Just
big?
keep-
You go,
that'd be
you
a
go
big
through, you order an
mess.
ice cream cone, you eat it while you go through
And
the
then drive around.
get another one.
If
Yeah.
you can see if you can finish it before you get the next
Right.
one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be
brain freeze.
yeah. By the time you're on your 5th one, you're all effed up. You can't drive anymore.
Ali, in answer to your question, Ali, I'm about an hour away from the Essex border, and I'm about 2 hours away from London,
From Essex
where I'm
border.
at.
Mhm.
Yeah, Allie's hoping to go over there and finish her grad school.
It depends
over
what
there.
sort of grad schools you're looking at, Ali, because I'd say the best grad schools from my area, you'd probably be looking at London or Essex for the grad schools.
I'll tell you what, when I hear somebody in the UK say, I'm only about an hour from here or about 2 hours from there, being from the US, we go, oh shit, is that all? Yeah, because so many of, I had years where my morning commute was an hour and 45 minutes just to get to work and an hour and 45 minutes home.
Yeah.
So I had almost 4 hours a day tied up just in transportation. And like in my case, you got family all over the damn continent, for God's sakes. Yeah, come and visit us in Texas. Oh yeah, I'll just drop everything and zip down there and spend the afternoon. What the hell? Yeah, are you goofy? I'm not driving 2,400 fucking miles to say hi. You know.
Mickey Mouse asked Minnie the same thing. Are you fucking goofy?
And that's why they got divorced. That's why they ended up divorced.
Well, Minnie's a good mouse. She said no. I'm not fucking goofy.
I literally watched a lot of things, and I've seen people do a lot of crazy things too.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that IP4 5DZ, that thing, is that
postcode, yeah.
That's the postcode?
Yeah.
Isn't that
Okay,
crazy?
so just put it down exactly like that. You did it. Okay, I'm just going to do that. That should be fine.
Yep. Just do it like she formatted it for you.
Yep.
Isn't that crazy though? Look at that shit.
Yeah, I had one address. I had one address where I had a legal, the large legal size envelope, and it literally came from it was level with the stamp on the envelope, and I just barely fit at the bottom.
Yeah,
and that was the address over in one of them.
And I had it where there's 5 lines. Like I think.
Yep. This one actually had 6 lines on it.
Yeah, 5 or 6. Because I remember I sent something to James Nixon on the Scots bonnet, and I think the last thing after everything else at the bottom you had to put Scotland. So you put all the other garbage on there. And then you had to put Scotland at the bottom. It was like, God damn.
Oh, yeah, so take a look at her address. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
There's her address. Can you read it?
We're not going to dox her. No doxing.
Just kidding.
No doxing.
My address has been out there publicly for frigging years because of all the autism stuff with my local radio and politicians I've done. My address has been printed out so many times. I'm not surprised that anyone hasn't got it.
Yeah,
my address has been public for years.
I still do this. Someone wants my address, I'll email it to them. But
yeah,
and if there's something wrong with
safer that way because a lot of people don't understand it. So. People have crazy stuff.
I was very impressed with the U.S. Postal Service. When I went to the post office, I told them I've got a YouTube channel, and I said I want to be able to use my name. I want it sent to this post office, but I do not want a physical address attached to this account. And they said, well, technically, you need a physical address to have a P.O. box. However, they set me up. They said there is a way around it. And they set my P.O. box as for permanent address as general delivery. So you can get that done. A lot of people that through hike have it all figured out. You can have mail sent to any post office under general delivery, and they'll hold it for a certain number of days. You can walk in and ask for your mail.
Yeah.
So, but what they did was they attached general delivery to my P.O. box. There's no physical address attached to it at all. And I've had people say, oh, if you got a P.O. box, I can find you. Sorry, no, you can't. No. And that's why only a few people in the world have I given my actual physical location, because you don't know what kind of kook's going to show up at your front door.
That's true.
It's like
so
when
true.
people from YouTube have sent me stuff, like I know they're really good, authentic people. Like I know Phil has my address. I've just given Mojo my address, and Samantha and Captain Jerk. They're the only 4 people that have my address from YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Well,
so
let me
Ready to go, Gamma.
let me kind of explain, because I know a little bit about history about people who've literally sent stuff and they didn't realize how dangerous giving your physical address has caused more problems for people throughout the times, because a lot of people don't realize that once when you give your physical address to somebody could find you.
Oh yeah,
people
yeah.
people have been killed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right, just watch the news. Just watch the news. It happens all the time. It happens all the time.
I've been on YouTube 7 years. I've given my address out. I've given my address out about 5-6 times. I've never ever had anything happen. So
well, Raven, I've given your address out 100 times, and no one's been to your house yet to kill you. So you know what? You're safe.
No.
So
they ain't got time for that.
Sorry, Mojo. Hold on.
I put his out 90 times, Phil.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
A lot of people have mine, but if they go looking for me, they ain't gonna find me. I ain't there no more.
And plus the people that I've given my address out to, I class as family. I don't just give my address out to anybody. The people who have my address, I class as family. So you guys are my family. So I know you guys.
You're
bring
amazing.
it, some bitch. Come on, bring it. I got something for you.
That will go out tomorrow.
I got.
Okay.
It'll probably take 2 months to get to you. I don't know how long it takes, but
a couple weeks.
Well,
couple
when
weeks. Couple weeks.
Yeah, it's about a couple of weeks because I got Phil's quite quickly when Phil sent me his ones.
Cool. Yeah, Gemma, I'm gonna need yours so I can send you some stickers.
It's in the private chat.
Oh, okay.
Is it in the private chat?
Yes, in the private chat. Yeah.
Very good.
And Metal Music just said
to his own.
What else?
Metal Music just said to me, if from what I read, the Queen of England may be retiring, can we knight you, Gemma? Ha ha! Very funny.
I don't think
very funny Metal Music.
That's hilarious.
Right?
How many of you remember an old MIDI series called America?
Called what?
Okay, not a C. America.
No, never heard of it.
No. It was on ABC. I mean, I did a video about history and stuff, the real history. A lot of people don't realize it's what would happen if like the Soviet Union would have invaded the United States. It was also based on a show on a movie called The Original Red Dawn that was filmed here in New Mexico.
And what's that got to do with what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Well, no. I mean, it's all about what you guys done online and stuff too. As well.
What's that white boy down there talking about?
Did I just jump in? I think I just jumped in the wrong stream. Did I do something? Am I still at Sty's?
No. Raven fell off the turnip truck again.
Somebody pick up Raven. I get people all the time throwing things at me about, this has happened, that has happened, and blah blah blah. And I said, on my block in my town. Well, no, but it could happen there. You know what could happen here?
I could drop dead.
What could happen is I could fall down the fucking stairs and be a vegetable the rest of my life. So I don't give a shit. If it seems interesting enough for me to look at, I'll look at it. Otherwise, I don't really care, about what someone says is such a possibility, because there's too many possibilities in the world to start with. I don't have time to worry myself. If it comes in, now Phil might remember this. Back, I had a period in time when I had one specific troll that was attacking my channel, and he got way out of control where he was actually breaking the law. Well, he picked the wrong fucking channel. You don't see those trolls on my channel anymore. A couple of them didn't have a choice but to quit. The thing is right on my channel, I got so sick of some of the things he was saying because of the way it was hurting my viewers that I told him, I said, you got my address. You're so stinking smart. Show up at my door. Don't waste your time trying to have me swatted because the sheriff's department and local PD know me inside out. So they tried to have me swatted, and they called and they said, what's going on, Sty? What's this shit? And I told them what's going on. And they laughed. And they said, do you want us to just keep a record of it or just give you a courtesy call that somebody's trying to swat? Yeah, I said, yeah. Go ahead, give me a courtesy call. Well, before I managed to get that son of a bitch blocked, YouTube didn't have a choice but to do their absolute best to identify this bugger. And all of it came out, he had like 108 channels. And YouTube broke them completely down. All the different IP addresses that were getting used and pinged off of those channels, they started monitoring those. But I got so pissed off that I finally had that troll in here, and I said, bring it over here. Bring it over here. You walk in, I'll go answer the door, and I'll invite you in. But you ain't going to make it in because I'll shoot you right between the eyes. I said, you threaten me? You threaten me publicly like that and then got the guts to show up? Let's do it. Come on over. Oh, they didn't want to come over. Oh no. Yeah, but I know where you are. I know where you are. And then they started making actual death threats. So
that's where it goes into criminal. It's like what you were telling about people stealing from the store. Exact same thing. A lot of people don't realize there are criminal acts that are happening even on YouTube. And I remember hearing about this. I even saw a few people that were swatted.
Oh, we all.
And they think it's a fun game to do, but it's a criminal act. And a lot of people.
But let's not talk about it because that tends to.
I think we're going to change the topic, everybody. I don't want to have.
Let's change it. Let's change it.
Hey,
I don't want to have to start.
It's the euros in your country, right?
Pardon?
Euros in your country? Money?
Yeah. No, it's pounds in my country.
Pounds.
Yes, pound sterling, whatever it's called. Yeah.
Is it?
Come on, you've never heard pounds for UK currency before?
Wow, Joe.
It's EUR. That's what they say. Right? That's what you send, right?
Euros.
Yeah.
No, it's
It's a pound.
GBP. Great British pounds.
GBP.
Yeah.
GBP.
Yeah.
GBP.
Yeah, GBP. Yeah.
And throw in a few extra pence.
See,
I've already thrown the pants in there. I need to throw the shirts in there.
And some won and some yen,
Yeah, it's funny when somebody from it's funny when I get somebody from over there say that they'll super chat me and they'll go, it would only let me super sticker you for £4.99. I go, what the fuck?
Well, it's like with crazy ants.
Yeah, you just moved a little slider thing. Like when I do it, it comes up saying $3.99, $4.99, and I just slide it across.
Do you have an iPhone, Gemma?
iPhone, yeah. I have a 7.
Okay. Every iPhone does that. If I use my iPhone to do like one of those, it's on my computer it don't do it.
No, every phone.
On my laptop it does it. I set it off both my devices.
On the computers it does a round amount. On the phones, I don't know why the phones are $4.99, $9.99.
That's crazy.
Good night, James.
Oh, good night, James.
Actually,
Good night, Freeman.
Good night, Freeman. Damn brother-in-law. Get the hell out of here.
Hey, Justin
Actually-
Anderson has
actually,
been out
that's how
there.
it's set up.
Justin Anderson's been out there for the longest time talking lutefisk.
Yep.
I want Luda. Send it to me. I'll eat that shit.
No, not me.
I'll tell you what. If lutefisk scares the hell out of you, you just don't want to give that shit a try. I can make something with lutefisk that you'll sit and eat. And it's what it is. We used to call it creamed lutefisk. It's got lutefisk, it's got onions. Usually we would put sweet peas in it, and it's a cream sauce,
So you
right?
make that not taste like lutefisk. I got you.
Lots of salt and pepper, and there's a lot of lutefisk in it. And it's broke into smaller pieces, bite size or smaller, and you put that over freshly made mashed potatoes or just boiled potatoes broke up, put it over that, and it tastes wonderful.
I'm sure you can do that with dog shit too.
Well, that's my point. I was going to take it there, but
I'm sorry.
Now with dog shit, that the best way to cover that up is meatloaf.
Oh, God.
You use it in meatloaf, and yeah, they'll chow it down, man. It's tastes like meatloaf.
And then you really never have to feed them again, huh? Feed them for a while.
Yeah.
Good night, Kathy.
Good night, Kathy. Take care of yourself, girl.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I talked about eating dog shit.
I haven't eaten meatloaf in years. My grandmother used to make all us grandchildren eat it when we were younger. I used to get so sick of eating it. Since I turned an adult, I was like, nope. I haven't eaten meatloaf in years. Ugh.
Now, Phil, I am repeating something.
Why?
But I don't know who's ever heard me talk about this, but I love to prank people at Walmart's. Okay.
Isn't it?
And if I got a few extra dollars, you got to keep in mind I don't have a dog. But now I'm going to be living at Running Water, so I can get away with some of this because he's got Bean, right? But I'll go into a Walmart, and if I'm just bored and I'm just looking for trouble of some kind, I'll grab a cart and I'll wander through Walmart, and I go over to the pet department, and I get myself the smallest bag of Gravy Train dog food they have, where you add water and there's gravy around the dog food, right?
Yeah.
So I grab a bag of that, the smallest bag I can, and then I'll go and buy a couple of cans of Elpo, right?
Okay.
And I'll grab a couple of cans of tuna cat food. I mean, they're the same size as a tuna can,
Sure.
but it's cat food. And I'll head up to the counter and I'll put that stuff out on the counter. And as she's ringing it up, I'll go, "Hey, did you know that Gravy Train? Oh man, you add some diced carrots, celery, some potatoes, fill your container almost level to the top of that Gravy Train and simmer it on the stove for about 2 hours. Some of the best frickin' stew you ever ate, man. That stuff is awesome. Oh, and that canned Elpo meatloaf, man. Oh, makes the world's best frickin' meatloaf. And those 2 cans of tuna, they're great. And I've had cashiers just stop bringing shit up, staring at me like, you are fucking nuts.
Well, first of all,
And people in line hearing me talking to them are looking at me like, holy shit, you hear what that guy's doing with that stuff? And I'll say, and you wouldn't believe how much money you save. Shit, goddamn hamburger for $5-6 a pound. I can make the same size meatloaf for a third of the cost if I go with Elpo. And that beef stew, there's no way you could match the cost. No way. Just a few veggies and a bunch of Elpo or gravy train, and you got her made, man. You got it made. I love it. I love it. And then I take that shit and I find somebody that owns a dog or a cat and give it to them, you know. Yeah, but it's a blast to watch these people's expressions. It's just like in the summer months when our Main Street, is just packed full of people, tourists up the yang yang, and here comes Sty rolling through town in his King Ranch with that stereo cranked all the way up with some of the, some really good hard rap, some Atwood, yeah, and I'm just jamming to that shit down the road, and they're expecting to see some punk, and here's this old fart jamming down the road, just taking his sweet time in his King Ranch with all this rap just pounding, and I just do it to look at these people. What? Why are you so shocked? Look at you. You guys, you're laughing and pointing. Yeah, fuck you. Guess what? I'm the one having fun. Yeah. But that's, you just really got to use your imagination a little. Another thing I do at Walmart, I love to go to the ladies' underwear department. And
Bill, you're all right.
And the panties.
Oh, I'm looking at something right now.
Hey, Gamma, go ahead. You can erase that out of the private chat if you want.
Yes, Mojo, sorry.
You can go ahead and erase that out of the private chat if you want.
Sorry.
Your address. Yeah, I grabbed your address, girl. Is it 6 lines?
It's
on the envelope.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes.
Okay, I got it. Yes, thank you, sweetie. Yep.
Welcome.
All right. I'm getting there, Phil. The basement. They need to be able to rig that basement up so we can see everybody.
Can humans eat dog food? Come on, focus, bitch.
I can barely see it.
Yeah.
Open it'll focus.
Yeah.
Focus. It's not focusing. Get your face.
No, it's not focusing.
Put it
It's
over
all
your
blurry.
face. There you go. It almost got it.
No.
It's there.
There you go. Although dog food is edible, it's not a good idea to make it a regular part of your diet on a long-term basis. Humans have different nutritional needs than dogs, and dog food doesn't contain all the nutrients your body needs to stay healthy. There we go.
Yeah. No, it's not that.
Challenge.
It's not that you can't eat it.
It's not recommended.
It's not recommended, but
It's frowned upon.
But nowadays, you see it a lot. I was actually surprised. I get notifications when they're doing pet diet recalls because they'll find something in the dog food, a bacterium or something, because their canning process got screwed up for part of a run or something. Because their canning process, if it's in a can, it's getting canned just like our food. It's pressure canned and brought to such a high temp, it kills anything that's in it. So is it safe to eat it? Yes, it will not hurt you. Is it wise to eat it as a mainstay? No, because you're not going to get the nutrition you need. It's surprising. That's one thing I get a kick out of, and I'm sure other people have heard about it, but there's something wrong with this frickin' world. When you buy a block of ice, right? It's a solid block of ice. And what's it got on that wrapper? It's got the nutrition tag on it. 0 calories, 0 carbs, 0 protein, 0 this, 0 no fiber. Why do they put, and the only ingredient is water? Why are they wasting the time, ink, and effort to tell us it's just water? There ain't nothing in it. It's just water. If they're putting nutrition tags on ice, the world has gone to hell.
The world's gone crazy anyway.
Oh, we lost Mojo.
I got something for you to drink. Here you go.
I got.
Oh no, there's Mojo.
I've got orange Fanta for my drink.
You don't have this in the UK?
Oh,
No?
what is that? Let me see. No,
Welcome back,
nice.
Mojo.
I've got a can of boner pills.
That is awesome. Can you hear me? You can hear me, right?
We can
Okay.
hear
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
we
hear you, Mojo.
What the hell's going on? Look at that.
I've got
Look at those stickers.
I've got orange Fanta for my drink.
Fanta.
There we go.
Or orange soda, as you guys call it.
I didn't even touch. I just
Soda or pop? Yeah.
This thing is done.
Oh, pop.
Pop is
Yeah.
more of a
Oh,
Michigan thing.
Mojo, have you tried these?
Oh my! What?
Assholes.
Are you kidding me?
They're in tomato and cheese sauce.
Oh my god!
It helps.
Yeah, it's one of
Did you
those
buy those, or
whatever
did somebody send them to you?
that.
Did you buy them, or did somebody send them to you?
No, I got them for Christmas 2 years ago,
Oh,
and the expiration date. It says they're kosher on here.
Good
That's
culture.
hard.
Oh, hey.
That's hard to
They're
believe.
good for everyone then. The Jews included.
Oh, it doesn't have an expiration date, just a best by date of December of 2018. It's only 3 years beyond.
Yeah,
But
that's fine.
the can's in good shape and not bulged. It's kept in climate controlled
Yeah.
area. So oh wow.
Welcome back,
Yeah.
Mojo.
well, thank you. Yeah, I just touched the little wire and everything just went.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It
what?
happens
So-
sometimes.
So folks that are concerned and want to know, fish assholes don't have any fat in them at all. 0 grams. There's 2 servings in this can, and it's got 180 calories per serving, so that's 360 calories to eat this can. But there's 0 fat, no saturated fat, nothing. Cholesterol, 0%. And here's where it gets touchy. I would have never guessed this of a fish asshole, but sodium, oh my God, I think they're saltwater fish.
Yeah.
1,070 milligrams per serving, so this got 2,140 calories or
Sodium.
grams of sodium in it. It's 45% of your daily value. So if you eat the whole can, you got 90% of the salt you should have in a daily diet. Carbohydrate. Oh, those fish assholes are so sweet. 40 grams of
It feels so weird to hear Sty saying the word asshole. It's like every time I hear him say, I'm sitting there going, "Oh my god!" It feels weird hearing him say it.
It's got dietary fibers, 2 grams, and sugars, 14 grams. It's got 45% of your daily value of vitamin C, 2% of the calcium. Well, that makes sense. There ain't no bone in a fish's butt anyway. There's no calcium in a butthole. But these also have to be very lazy fish because there's 6% of your daily allowance of iron in this, so they all got lead acids, But yeah, fish assholes, everybody. Run out, get yourself a can, and enjoy.
Just hearing
stuff.
Sty say butthole and asshole, it's like it's really weird. I'm not used to him saying things like that. I'm used to hearing him talk about the stories, and then when hearing him come out, I'm like, huh?
Just so you're aware, sweetie, I've gotten old and cynical. I don't try to be quite as proper anymore.
No, I just it's funny. Like I've never heard you be like that.
Some people
It's
have heard me
funny.
be a lot worse than that lately. But
it's funny. It's because to me, like the word, like hearing people when they say like asshole, butthole, like it's very British. Like every day I hear that language. So when I hear someone like you saying it, I'm like, 'cause to me,
Yep.
it's not normal. Like I hear that word
Yeah.
every day.
Gemma, don't be a knobhead.
don't be a knobhead.
Shut up, brother.
That's a UK thing, a knobhead.
Yep, knobhead.
Okay,
Knobhead.
get her done,
Yeah.
Granny.
Oh,
Granny
Good night,
had to
Granny.
leave.
Bye, Granny.
See you later.
If I was closer, I'd give you a can of these things I just showed off, and yeah,
Our fishing
all you'd
fish
have
are
to
from
do
your
is
asshole.
microwave it, and he's fed. Yeah.
Well, a lot of canned food survives a little longer too. A lot of people don't realize that if you start seeing it puffed up like that, it will be spoiled.
If the can is still properly sealed and hasn't started, if you can move the lid up and down, I wouldn't eat it.
No.
If it's still vacuumed, and you can tell that it's still vacuumed, there's no air got in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's edible. Now the quality of the food in it can go to hell. I've eaten some food that was 25, 30 years old in cans like that, where they expired 25 years ago or more.
Mm-hmm.
And they were definitely edible, but the texture was off, or the flavor was a little different. Wasn't as bold a flavor. It's like it lost flavor, or it picked up a little bit of flavor from the can.
Flavor, yeah.
But yeah, if you're eating dog food, don't worry about it. I mean, that shit can be 40 years old in the can. If the can hasn't bulged, it's still good. It's still going to taste. It's still going to taste like dog food, no matter what.
Just reminded me of a YouTuber, LA Beast.
Yeah.
You see him do some crazy crap. And
Yep. He does all kinds of crazy crap. But that's LA Beast, I would say I've watched almost everything he's done.
Me too.
But I have come to my personal conclusion on the whole thing is LA Beast is a drama king. I mean, and
he has some mucked up, let's just say mucked up ideas of. I watched a video he did a couple of years ago, and it was an autism video. So I thought, oh, brilliant support for the autism community. Watched it, and when I realised who he was supporting and what he was saying, I was just like, "You are a jackass." And I actually tweeted him. And I was just like, "Dude, you're an asshole." I was like, "You need to take yourself off social media. I can't stand him. I think he's vile."
Listen to this girl. I should have had her introduce fish assholes to you. Boy, she's good at saying asshole. I mean, that was pretty good.
Awesome.
I can't stand it at late beats. Anyone who watches him, I think, is just a waste of time. I'm like, I can't be bothered with him.
Well, him and Johnny Scoville like that one live video I did where I was calling out him for puking on every spicy challenge he did. Were you around for that one, Sty?
Yes.
Yeah, that was crazy. They were none too well. The spicy community was trying to get him to do more spicy challenges,
right?
Well, that's what Johnny and the Blazing Food and everybody else is trying to get him to do more of their stuff because it's more marketable under a guy with a couple million subscribers, right?
Right.
And of course, I put a big kibosh on that because every time the guy does anything spicy, he throws up.
See, now all the things I've done that are spicy, that Phil walked me down that road on several of which I watched him to see what's his reaction. I mean, he's breaking records, he's doing this and that, and everybody, that's the absolute best. And I was a little disappointed because why did I handle it so much better than he did with the wild and crazy shit that he does in that? The things I did, same as him. He doesn't make it halfway through and and that's why I say he's a drama king. He's loading the whole thing with a lot of
No
drama
e-waste.
and then blowing at the end, and that gets a lot of views. Hey, good night, Mike.
Well, they it's funny because they always say views get views. People throwing up that gets the views, and
Yeah.
I believe whether he does it on purpose or not, he doesn't try to. Like I try to complete the challenge, and I try to get.
Oh,
through the
what's that, Mojo?
Oh no, Mojo, what you got there?
You son of a bitch! Oh, the picture. Thought he was eating that shit.
So this
Is that caviar?
is Thanksgiving eggs Benedict with one with turkey and one with ham. And the bottom there is your stuffing. So
It looks good.
What's that dark stuff there? Is that
That dark
cranberries?
stuff is cranberry sauce. You gotta throw some cranberry sauce for something in there, right?
Yeah.
Nobody here likes cranberry sauce. So I never get cranberry sauce for.
No, cranberry sauce. It's
Now-
who likes
it's a
cranberry
funny
sauce?
texture.
I
Guess
love
who likes
cranberry
sauce
sauce.
there, Phil.
I love
Well,
cranberry.
I never loved it, but it was always a tradition at our home.
For me, it's a
Hey,
sensory
Phil.
issue because it's
Phil.
lumpy.
I'm sorry, Gemma. Hey, Phil, did I ask you if you loved it?
Yeah, nobody really cared.
Everybody
Phil.
loves it,
I
right?
said, hey, guess who likes the cranberry sauce? The camera.
The camera.
Yeah, camera likes
Because
it.
I took. So that's the only thing. That's the only reason that's on that plate.
All right, now, guys, don't expect this. I'm going to tell you something that one of my viewers, because they know more in detail, the eating disorder I have. It has to do with the ability to swallow, right? I can't sit and eat steak. I can eat maybe 4 or 5 bites and I'm done. That's it. Literally, it'll be 24 hours later before I put something as solid as steak in my mouth again. But this person, they used to work in the nursing field and they worked for a nursing home and they were a dietitian and they did the liquid meals for some of these residents, right? That can't swallow, these elderly people that aren't able to swallow solids. So they eat everything with a spoon or through a straw because it's all pureed, everything. Right. Well, that person had their brother. I was friends with their brother, is the way it is. And he invited me over to their place the day after Thanksgiving. This is several years back. And I went over and it was around lunchtime. And I sat at the table with him and here comes his sister with his lunch. And she sets it in front of him and it's one of those old style malt glasses. And it's got a great big old straw in it. Well, that's because he had busted his jaw in 3 places. It was wired shut.
Wow.
He could talk all right, but couldn't open or close his damn mouth. So he had to eat everything through a straw. This is the day after Thanksgiving. And I go, what are you eating? Because she brought it in, set it in front of him and said, there's your lunch. I'll grab your dessert. And she went back in the kitchen. And I asked him, what the hell is that? And he says, that's the only way you can eat is I got to eat things that are pureed that I don't have to chew. I can just swallow. And I said, I'm looking at it and it's a weird kind of brownish color. And you could tell it had different colored flecks here and there of different things. And I go, what is it? He goes, Thanksgiving dinner in a glass.
Oh, no.
Oh.
She comes back in with another glass, and that one was
dessert.
It was dessert, and it was pumpkin colored.
Oh, no.
And she goes, here's your pumpkin pie. And she says, yes, I did it right this time. The crust and the whipped cream's in there, too. And I go, you have got to be freaking... I said, what's in that glass he's drinking, and she goes, well, there's mashed potatoes and gravy, there's turkey, there's cranberries, there's dressing. And she's going down this whole damn list, all the sides, everything. She said, it all goes into an impact blender, and I puree it.
I know.
And I asked him, I said, what's that shit taste like? He points at her and he goes, everything she mentioned.
Huh.
You get the taste of all those things. He says, you don't get it while you're actually eating it. It's the aftertastes that pop up. You can tell there's cranberries. You can tell there's dressing and blah, blah, blah. What's Russell? He's been surfing again here. Let's see what
we got. Got to tap on the screen so we can see what the fuck you're showing us.
What is it?
Pureed food.
Oh, yeah, pureed food. Yeah, yeah. So after thinking about it, this guy's eating all this pureed food. You know, I am so tempted. There's some foods I just miss that I just cannot eat now. I can't consume it. But I can sit and eat a whole damn carton of ice cream and I don't have a swallowing problem at all. I can drink things that are nice and cold. They got to be cold or really hot. I got to sip them, but I can get them down with no problem. So I got to thinking, after I get relocated in the month of January, I'm going to try making some of the foods that I just miss so much. And I've got a very expensive high-end impact blender that can puree like $1 million. I'm going to try some of those meals. And after I've done a couple, if they're not as bad as what they appear to be, I'll come on a stream and say, guess what? I'm going to have my dinner while we're streaming.
Nice. You know what? I think you're going to enjoy them.
You know, what I really miss are my Swedish meatballs. Oh, fuck. And one of the weird ones is going to be.
Can I just quickly
spaghetti.
say thank you very much, Mojo?
Oh, for me? Oh,
Mhm.
you're talking to me. Oh, okay. You saw what I did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It just came up on my phone. It flashed at me.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. See, I'm one where if it's the jellied cranberries,
Mhm.
oh hell, I'll open a can of that, dump in it. But I put it in the fridge for a couple days, make sure it's chilled all the way through. Open it, get it in a bowl, and I can sit there and eat it like a bowl of ice cream. I'll eat the whole can.
Oh, look at this! Look at this guy.
So yeah, Swedish meatballs. See, I'd microwave that, then let it come down to not quite room temperature, still warm, and dump it all in a blender. And yeah.
Hey, Sty, I'm gonna head out, man.
Okay.
Thanks for having me up, Gemma. It's great to see you, Mojo, Raven. I'm not gonna say fuck you, Raven. I'm not gonna say that because everybody else says fuck you, Raven. And just to say fuck you, Raven, it's just like copycatting other people. So, Raven, you have a great night.
Love you, Phil, brother.
Yeah. Good night, guys.
Yeah.
You have a good one, Phil. Take care.
Bye.
Yeah. Hey guys, don't anybody go anywhere. I mean, it only takes 45 seconds. I gotta shout out my channel members. This only takes 45 seconds. Don't go anywhere. Awesome people. Oh, those all them folks. Hey, Allie over there says canned cranberry sauce is the superior cranberry sauce, and nobody can change my mind on that. And yeah, Allie, you could do Thanksgiving with me, I'm sure. But one thing with cranberry sauce where it's got the whole cranberries in it, I can eat that. It's, to me, it tastes great. But I prefer it if it's loaded with small diced apple in it.
Oh.
Yeah, and then throw it in a baking dish and put it in the oven and let the apples get apple pie soft, and that cranberry sauce. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll knock you out of the way to get some. Yeah.
Here's another thing that sometimes I like to eat at times.
Oh yeah, Stouffer's lasagna. Who hasn't had Stouffer's lasagna? My homemade lasagna kicks the shit out of Stouffer, but last time I made a large homemade lasagna, it's a huge baking dish, probably about 4 to 6 inches deep. It's huge. It's glass. And it makes, when it's done, it weighs about 8 pounds. And I get done loading that puppy up. People eat it, and they're just like, oh, God damn. Yeah. The only problem is before this inflation, it cost me a little over $40 to make a pan of that. By the time you get all the...
You talking to me?
The lasagna noodles are cheap. It's the other crap, the meat and the cheese, all the cheeses that I put in it.
Want to say hi to
And
Sty?
the sauce, it just over $40 to do a big... Well, hi.
Here,
Hi.
hi. Well, get in the camera. They can't see you.
We can't see you if you're not in the camera.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey, good to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. All right, man. I'll see you. All right, dude. Have fun. Go back to your YouTube or whatever.
That's one thing when I get relocated, when Running Water's in town, I don't have to say, hey, get up on the panel. It's, hey, get over here in the studio.
Right.
And
so
just
that
sit down.
guy is relocating also. He's staying in my garage, him and his girlfriend.
Oh, he's the one. Okay.
And he's buying a house. He's getting ready to buy a house. He's not my roommate.
Right.
I have a roommate that I rent a room to, but yeah,
But
he's buying a house.
Yeah, transitioning at your place.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah, he works at my work. And there, I actually got him the job about 5 years ago. That's right. Just remembered that.
Yeah.
Hey, Mystic Bunny.
The Mystic Bunny. It's good to see you, Jan.
And Mojo, thank you for the generous donation. I appreciate that you sent me.
You're very welcome, sweetie. I tried to do the little coffee thing, and I'm like, it said, nope, not you. You can't do it. I'm like, well, I'll figure something else out. Yeah, exactly.
After I get relocated and I got my studio set up, I'm going to be restructuring, doing different things and stuff. And that's one thing I'm going to add to my streams, to my channel, is buy me a coffee.
Yeah.
Because people like that, because they can go on there and decide whether they're going to buy you 1, 2, 3, 4 cups of coffee, and it's fun. It's fun for them to do, The one thing that I noticed doesn't get used is the thanks under the videos that YouTube now has for monetized channels. But a lot of people don't know that way before that, it was a little over a year ago, they were beta testing that, and it was called applause. So if you liked the video you just watched, you could click on applause. And when they first started it, it was fixed. It was a $2, cost you $2 to applause, right? And well, now you can go in there and decide how much you want to give to say thank you, but it's the exact same button. It went from applause to thank you. Well, I've watched, I really got a kick out of it, an individual with over 800,000 followers, and they've been at 800,000 for the last 3 years. They didn't have it. They didn't get the applause button under their videos. Well, I was amazed. I got emailed by YouTube and said, we'd like to invite you to be part of our beta testing for a new feature called applause. And they described what the applause button is going to be about and stuff. And they said, all you have to do is click accept. It'll take you to our page and you answer a couple of questions and we'll gladly add that feature to your channel. I'm a tiny channel, man. And they gave me that feature. I put it in there. Well, in the last 365 days, and they did change the name of it from applause to thank you. Now it's open to anybody monetized. But a lot of these big channels were wondering, why didn't you pick me? And I actually that built up a little bit of faith in YouTube on my side that, hey, they weren't targeting all the big guys, you know. Give it to them. Give it to all the big guys. They're gonna straight across the. They wanted to beta test it on all levels of channels. So I felt great that they picked me, but but in 365 days, I'd made a total of $21.
What?
Yeah. It's
Hey,
people
$20 is $20, you know.
People don't know what it is the problem. They don't understand that they don't understand they can click on that and donate to the channel, and it's got kind of a neat thing that pops up for them, you know. Thank you, blah, blah, blah.
Is it?
And then it highlights because it allows you to leave a comment with it when you say thank you, and it highlights that in your comments under that video, so that channel will pop out. And so it's a neat little feature, you know. You watch a video and you go, wow, I loved it. It's great. I'm so glad he made it.
Stickers now? Is what they're calling it?
No.
It's a button for monetized channels.
It's under your videos. If you're monetized, it's under your videos, and it just says thanks on it.
Oh,
yeah.
only
YouTube emailed me about a month ago about that.
Is that what you're talking about?
No. Anybody that goes and watches a video that has the thanks button will see the thanks button. If they look down towards the description, it'll be there, like where your join button is, your share button, your save button. It's with all those buttons. Now, some people
I see the likes, dislikes, and share and save, and that's it.
Not everybody has the thing.
Yeah, not everybody has it. Yeah.
I'm trying to find it.
Because on mine, I'm going to do this just so you can see what I'm talking about.
Because YouTube emailed me about a month ago about the thanks button. They said that I'm very close to getting it, and I said to them I don't want it because by the end of the day I'm monetized already. I don't need this thanks button on my profile. If people want to donate to me, they do it because they want to. I don't want to have to feel like I'm pressurizing people. So I've said I don't want it. Because to me, it's not about money. For me, it never has been. It's about my content.
Okay. Now, I did notice it doesn't show up on streams. Okay. It shows up on your videos.
On the video itself.
Yeah. I'm going to show you an example here. I'm pulling it up. Take me just a second. Boom.
Yeah, because that doesn't make sense. And you know what my honest opinion on that is that YouTube is just getting more.
It's another way for them to rip 30% off of you. That's all.
Yeah.
But we'll go full screen with this. So.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, on the
right there.
Yeah, there.
Oh yeah, yeah. It does say okay. See, that's where.
You see what I'm talking about?
Oh,
the thing.
I'm not monetized.
Yep.
That's
under the title. Yeah.
Yeah, right underneath the title. It's in amongst all of the things that you usually have.
The only thing I do not like what this
is
what
that
YouTube has done is disable the dislikes on every channel.
Now we'll talk about that in a second. I want to finish talking about this. I'm going to click on this thing so you see what comes up. That's what pops up.
Yeah, so it's almost like a super chat.
Oh.
And
okay, yeah.
You get. So if you pick one of these at $2, $5, $10, or $50, it defaults to $5, but you can pick a $2. And then it'll bring you up to the purchase screen, and then you just purchase it. I'm not going to pay much. I'm not going to give YouTube 30% of my $5 to myself, right? But that's what it does. And then when you do buy it, I probably should have spent the money so people could see what it does down here. In the comments, it'll pop that thank you in here.
Yeah.
And once you purchase it, there's some bells and whistles for the purchaser, and then it puts their thank you in a comment and highlights them and shows their emoji. It shows their channel, right? So it's it's kind of a fun little feature. The problem I have is that they don't. There we go. They're not promoting it. They're not explaining it. Mm-hmm. So the audience doesn't have a clue what if they run across it, they haven't a clue what it is to start with. But how many people actually read each one of those things that are underneath every video to see what's there? It's not like it pops out at you or anything. So that's the thing is I wish they would promo it a little better,
Right. So that's kind of like a super chat, but that's like a super chat for when you're leaving a comment for a video.
For a video instead of a live stream.
Right. On the
comment. That's what they're claiming is that it's the alternative to super chat, but on videos instead of live streams. So what they're doing is they're trying to make sure that they're monetizing 100% of your content, not just streams.
Yeah.
That they're getting full monetization across the board. If they can squeeze some of those thanks out of you, they make 30% on them. So they're hoping you'll get $30 worth of those every week, even as a small channel, so that they can make $10,
Yeah.
But just a little something different. Now, what was it we were going to talk about, Raven? You recall?
Oh,
Raven was talking about the dislike button.
Oh, the dislike button.
The dislike button.
I'm glad they got rid of it. Totally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, folks. Hey, check this out. Check this out. Something different.
Oh.
Now,
We made
Allie is here. Raven, you recall?
Hey.
Allie. Allie. Oh, the dislike button. Allie, you need to mute. You've got YouTube running in the background. You need to mute that. Oh, folks. Hey, check this out.
Did it better?
Yes, I think it did.
Yeah.
Yay.
Absolutely, girl. You're good. You're hot. Yeah, you know what to do. Hey, everybody. I want to introduce you to my granddaughter. There's Allie.
Hey.
Hello.
There's Allie.
Hello.
That's my girl.
Nice to meet you, Ali.
Very nice to meet you guys too.
I saw her on on one of your videos where you were exploring a place.
Yep.
The little creepy house. Yeah.
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 Yeah. When we went through the abandoned property there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was a fun time too, man. We had fun. Yeah.
The day after that,
I was hoping that no spiders jumped out at you guys.
Yeah, the following day, Allie got to go and explore another one. Yeah. Yeah. That was pretty cool when she said, "Oh, where I'm going, they said there's an abandoned house we can explore." I thought, "Oh boy, oh, what did I start now?" Here she goes. She'll be one of them you see in the news that got caught in that abandoned building and arrested. You know, I always wonder about that with myself because I'll look and I'll go, "Well, look at the hole in the fence. They must not want to keep me out."
I mean,
well, it's
I
like I see a lot of videos of people exploring abandoned malls, hotels, and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I watch them all the time. I don't think there's one out there I haven't seen. I watch them almost religiously. I love it when they're exploring old abandoned buildings. This one fella, it's his goal to explore every single abandoned building in the city of Detroit, and he deserves a medal because he got in some of the old buildings and managed to document the abandoned building from the inside, and within a year of him managing to get in there and do that, they demoed the building, tore it down.
Yep.
It's not, doesn't even exist anymore. And it's beautiful historic buildings that he goes in and explores, and they're a mess and trashed half the time, but he did one old police station there in Detroit, and I couldn't believe it. It had police records. It had police records all the way until 2009 still there.
Wow.
All of the records, case files, evidence, everything was still there. 3 months after he had snuck in that place and documented everything, filmed everything, they tore the place down.
That'd be a wonderful place to go explore.
With everything in it.
Well, of course.
So crazy.
They didn't remove anything. He did there were 2 morgues that he did where he had to take his footage and go to the police and say, "I hate to admit this, but I broke into this place and look at what I found. Human remains. People's ashes." The one place, it was like 164 people, their ashes were in the basement of that morgue. And they were going to demo the whole place with those ashes, everything in it. And fortunately, both places where he found human remains, they managed to intervene and recover the remains out of those facilities before they actually demoed them.
What channel is it? Do you remember the channel?
No, but I can research it. Probably not till Saturday, but I can make a mental note and get that to you, Mojo. You'll love this guy. He's great.
Yeah, I love the exploring channels.
He does, and he does. He's done a few places nationwide, but he concentrated on Detroit because he was born and raised in Detroit.
I think I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name because
he's
one
right
of the most
there.
popular explorers.
He's and he wasn't when he started doing it. He was bottom rung, and a lot of other explorers didn't like him. And how he really got into it was just for the thrill of breaking the law. That's how he got into it. and then he's been caught and arrested so stinking many times it's pitiful. But he's learned. He goes into an old stadium, right? Football stadium. Goes into that stadium, and they got that place totally surrounded by security, armed security, around the whole damn place. And they're all over inside, even down at the field. Security everywhere. He got in there and documented that stadium and the things they had done to it before the demo and documented the whole thing. But this is after he's now successful. You know, he's got a great YouTube channel going. He's got tons of followers, blah, blah, blah. Even today, he'll stretch the rules, break the rules to document an abandoned building. Him and the gal that was with him, how they got in that building is they kind of snuck around out in the parking lot outside the building, the areas that weren't monitored by security. And they found, because they're inside the building doing demo work where they got construction guys in there weakening certain pillars and stuff. And so they walked through that parking lot amongst all of these trucks from this construction company that's working in there. And they managed to pick up each of them a vest, company hard hat, flashlights. They were all geared up. They looked just like the construction workers. And they walked right through two security guards at the door, ain't letting nobody near the doors, period. They even caught that on video, someone trying to get in there to meet with somebody, and they wouldn't let them in because they weren't on the list and they didn't have the proper credentials. And they come walking up and they just walk right between those two guards, and one of the guards says, "Don't work too hard." And then they went, and they wandered all over that damn place documenting it. Well, the construction company that was in there was so large, half of those guys don't know who each other is.
Yeah.
And so they're wandering around. Everybody thinks they belong there. When they went to leave, the security guard, they said it was just out of habit. We found a way to get out where we could push this sheet of plywood away that covered an old doorway. We could push that plywood away and crawl through there and out, and it puts them real close to the parking lot, and they could scurry around a few vehicles and get out in the parking lot where they were parked. Well, here comes a security guard down that side of the building. Well, they're crawling out from behind plywood. Why would construction guys have to crawl out, on their hands and knees underneath a sheet of plywood? No. So right away, that security guy, "Hey, you!" And he talks about how they were peeling off the vests, throwing the helmet, throwing the flag, anything that we took that wasn't ours, throw it, and run like hell to the parking lot. Got to their car, and they're heading out of the parking lot. They looked, and there's 3 security vehicles chasing them across the parking lot. They got out to the street and lost them about 4 blocks down the road.
Wow.
And he did that after doing this now for years. He's still willing to go and do that because he said, a week later, they demoed the whole place.
Yeah.
It was flat on the ground, no longer existed. I think that's awesome. If you like a little adrenaline in your life and the adventure, I can think of a lot worse things a person can do. And I've had people say to me, "Well, I don't blame them for trying to keep on there, for liability reasons. They could get hurt." And I'm sorry, but people that sue other people because what they did, they went and got themselves hurt, but it happened to be on that guy's property, and then they sue that guy. I have no respect for those people because that person didn't put you at risk. You did. You did it yourself. So attorneys and I on the lawsuit issue really, really rub each other the wrong way. Because I tell people, if you want to get sued, as far as I'm concerned, your rights end at the end of my nose. Don't touch the nose. You got rights right up to the end of my nose. And the same goes for you. You've got the same rights. So if I go explore your property and I don't damage anything, and I haven't injured you, you shouldn't bitch about it. If I get injured, I should not bitch about it, because if I agree, if you want it known, we don't really want you there. I'm good with that. And majority of reasonable people would say, well, they don't want us there, we stay out of there. But then some people that just have that nature of adventure and curiosity, why put them in a spot where they got to break the law? You know, yeah. So I'm not very sympathetic to the lawsuit industry. But yeah, exploring abandoned buildings. Now, here where I live, north of here is city of Washburn and then the city of Bayfield. And just outside of Bayfield, a lot of people, it's funny because of all the rumors and all the stories that have been made up about this place. There was a huge sanitarium. Now that sanitarium, when it was fully up and operational, had a total of 300 beds. Okay. So 300 patients could be there. Well, and that, I wish people actually respected education and applied it. You know, you wouldn't believe how many people you mention the sanitarium in Bayfield. They go, "Oh yeah, that's where they had all them crazy people, them nuts." No, it wasn't an asylum. It was a sanitarium. It was a TB hospital. And my ex-wife's grandmother was a nurse at that TB hospital. And she would tell us all the stories there. And what amazed me when we went and explored what was about a third of the building had collapsed. It had been closed since the 1960s. And in close to 40 years, very degraded, you know, because nobody maintained it at all. It was abandoned property. The doctor's house, which was outside of the sanitarium, is a brick house. All the glass is broken and gone, but the house was immaculate. I mean, the roof didn't leak. The walls were solid. Just under the windows inside the building, you could see a little bit of water damage on the hardwood floors in the building. But the sanitarium itself, on the ground, what we called the ground floor, which was it had two levels. It was built on a hillside, a steep sloping hillside. So two floors of it were built into that hillside. So they were considered basements.
Yeah.
But the one whole southern face of it was open and doors at the ground floor going out, actually. But on that very first floor downstairs, there was a hallway off the elevator that had 4 rooms, and each one of those rooms originally had 6 iron lungs in them, because folks with TB, that was one of the treatments they would use to give them longevity, is put them in an iron lung. What freaks you out is the very last room down that hallway still had 3 of the iron lungs in it. All the rest of them were gone, but that one room had 3 iron lungs in it. And you walk through the halls of that big sanitarium, and there's wheelchairs all over the place, and gurneys, and the old beds are still there. And this whole building was made out of concrete and brownstone, locally quarried brownstone. It was a beautiful building in its heyday. But the history on that, I still think they need a big bronze plaque with the whole history on it on that site. Today, that building's gone. Everything's a big water tower. They had a big ass water tower there, and they had the doctor's house, then they had the nurses' quarters, and they had other they were like group quarters for people that had family in the hospital. They could stay there, and it was like a big bunkhouse. All of those are gone except for the doctor's house. They restored it, totally restored it, and sold it. But they raised everything else, got tore down. Now it's a bunch of condos.
Condos, yeah.
Bunch of condos, because it looks out over the Chequamegon Bay of Lake Superior. It looks over the marina. It's a beautiful view up on that hill. It wasn't so pretty for the people that died in that place, but the history on it freaked me out. That during its years of service as a sanitarium, they had lost a little over 3,000 lives in that sanitarium, the majority of which were under the age of 16. So
wow,
there was a little bit of freakiness going around in that building, knowing that so many children passed away in that building.
Yeah, that's sad.
But again, oh man, signs all over the place. No trespassing, stay out. Violators will be prosecuted. This property's under surveillance and blah, blah, blah. Well, I went there and I parked outside their barricade. You can't drive all the way down to where the first building's the doctor's house and the big water tower. You couldn't drive down there anymore because they had it blocked off and all these warning signs everywhere. Well, I parked there and I thought, under surveillance? Okay. So I started walking the perimeter of that big property back and forth. And I looked everywhere for, at that time, there weren't trail cams. You know?
Yeah.
But I looked for any, CCTs anywhere. There were no cameras anywhere. So I thought they may be well hidden. So I started testing it. I'd go on across that boundary and take a walk in a little ways and just hang around, stroll back to the vehicle and hang out for a while. Then I'd walk back in as bait. I was using myself as bait. And after about 3 hours of doing that, nobody showed up. So I got brave and walked down the property, explored the doctor's house and a couple of the other outbuildings, and ran out of time. And I headed out and I thought, okay, now what I do is I wait for a week and see if somebody shows up at my door. Because they may be filming it and just recording and then review those tapes later.
Yeah.
And nope, nobody ever approached me. So that's when I told the ex-wife, come on, we're going to go explore your grandma's hospital.
Dad told me about that hospital when I came up for Apple Fest.
Mojo, I wrote you in the private chat.
What was that, Allie?
Dad told me about that when I came up for Apple Fest this year. And I've never wished a building was still standing as much as I did then.
Yeah. That one I wish was still standing, at least in the state when I got to explore it, for people to go and explore, because it was pretty damn interesting. I mean, operating rooms fully intact, still had equipment in them. X-ray machine.
Wow.
The X-ray room had this giant ass old X-ray machine in there. Still had all the lead vests and lead panels and shit that they protected themselves with. And, all that crap, a lot of it was still there. Bedpans, holy shit. I went in this one room and there had to have been 150 bedpans in a pile in the middle of the floor.
Hopefully unused.
Well, it was hard to tell were they dirty or not when they got thrown in there, because a lot of the plaster off the ceilings had fallen everywhere you go into place, and there's plaster dust, thick plaster dust everywhere, because the ceilings were lath and plaster, and a lot of it broke up and debris on everything.
I think I saw that type of video before, because a lot of people don't realize some of these abandoned places have a little bit more history. And, you know, you see old hospitals, you see all this stuff, you think, oh, they're not that great to go and look around. But it's interesting to see what people see and understand the history of places like that.
Right. See, you know, Mystic Bunny saying it would have made a neat museum. Well, see, now, when they shut it down, TV, tuberculosis during its peak made COVID look like child's play.
Mm-hmm.
If you were under the age of 16 and contracted TB, or if you were over the age of 50 and contracted it, you only had about a 20% chance of surviving it.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You only had about a 20%
my
chance
friend
of
died of
surviving.
TB. She's been gone 11 years this year.
And see,
She's only 21.
So when they finally figured out how they can early diagnose TB and how they can treat it, where they can manage it, they'll isolate the person in a hospital atmosphere. They're isolated and they treat them to eliminate the TB. They can get rid of it in most cases, but a lot of people die from the symptoms before they reach that point. But the thing is TB is no longer an epidemic, right? But when they shut down the sanitarium in the early 60s, it was the mid 60s actually, when they started shutting it down. Once it was completely shut down, they were very, very anal about anybody getting anywhere near that property. The security I had to deal with was nothing. It was just warnings. Stay out of there. But in the 60s and early 70s, they argued locally forever that because that's all that was in that hospital were TB carriers, people that had TB. They were scared to death that was still in that building. Don't go in that building. You're going to risk yourself of contracting TB. Is somebody using one of these things?
No.
Oh, it's probably me. It's probably my laptop fan. Because I've got it resting on my pillow and on a folder, so I don't have to.
Okay. I was curious.
Sorry,
what that.
It's me.
There was a type of hiss sound, and I was just like,
yeah, it's
what?
Me. Sorry.
So my imagination's going wild trying to figure out what it was.
No, that's me. It's my
the only
laptop.
reason
That's the fan. That's the fan of my laptop.
Sure.
Hey, Sty, I got some work I got to do here, so I need to jump off.
Hey, Mojo. You know, I'm going to just send you the link. I'm going to send you the link on Thursdays and Sundays. If you're available, come on up.
So. I was in the middle of doing that video when you sent that link, and I was like, I could really stop right now. But
I sent you my email in the private chat, Mojo, if you want to chat.
I put it in my address book there, so I have it up here now.
You're great, Mojo.
I think
I'm out of here too.
Thank you for having me up here.
Too.
You bet.
Gamma,
you guys.
You're amazing. You know that.
Love you.
I love you too, sweetheart. And Ali, is it Ollie or Ali?
Allie.
Allie.
Ollie.
Okay, you're also amazing. And
hey, I shouldn't do this. But before you go, Mojo,
I'm looking.
I got something to show you. Had to untuck my shirt.
Oh, no way. Oh, my goodness. Look at that.
Her name is underneath it.
Yep, I see it.
But that's Allie.
Oh, my goodness.
I might have the actual baby picture on my phone. Give me a minute.
Oh, really?
I might have the actual. It might not be the exact one, but I have similar ones from that.
So you know what you need to do, Allie, is you need to get a tattoo of Sty on you.
No.
With those on his chest.
I don't want.
I think
I
that
don't
would
want
be cool.
I don't want anybody to dirty up their skin with this ugly mug. But my intention was, at the time I got out, she was the first portrait I had done. Oh, here, I'm going to blow it up. That's the picture that tattoo was done off of. Yep, that's the picture that tattoo was done off of. And it was a Christmas picture.
It was my first Christmas.
Yeah. And
because I have a picture. I have a picture of Mom and Dad back when Dad had hair.
Oh, geez, yeah, that's a rarity, eh?
Oh,
wow. Here's a good running water picture for you. Yeah.
So running water's your dad?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But yeah, when they sent us that picture of Allie, instantly, the minute I saw that picture, I looked at the ex-wife and I go, I'm getting that tattooed. My artist can duplicate this. And it's won trophies at tattoo conventions.
Yeah.
Has it really?
Oh, yeah. All of the portraits. I've got my mother and father on my back, their wedding photo. And that's won the biggest prize ever of any of my ink. I've won trophies for every piece of art I got, but the one on my back, I won first place portrait. It was portrait / black and gray because it's all done in black and gray of the two. And it was at an international tattoo symposium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And I was judged by 9 judges from all over the world. That was weird. You go up there, you take your shirt off, and you got to give them the original photo.
Oh, wow.
And each judge takes that photo, and they usually sit at their table and don't get up and do anything. On this one, they were all getting up one after another with that photo up next to my back, and here they're trying to talk to me in their foreign languages, for God's sakes. This woman from Spain, I didn't have a clue what the hell she was talking about. And she's asking me questions. And finally she figured it out. Oh, yeah, poor dumb redneck American. He don't know what the hell I'm talking about. And so an interpreter came and would communicate with the two of us. But it was pretty intense. There was over 300 entries.
Oh, wow.
And they had to be pre-selected entries, and it cost $50 just to go for the pre-election for even being considered. And so my tattoo artist, I kept telling him, flip the 50, come on, pay the 50 and I'll go. He goes, you pay the 50, you're the one going to win the trophy if you win. I said, I'm the one that's got to go get up there and get half naked in front of the world. No, you pay the $50, I'll go up there. And it was quite interesting when we had over 6,000 people in that auditorium watching you get judged. And it wasn't near as bad as getting the piece done at a prior convention where it won first place, but that was just a local convention. But I had that tattoo done at the convention. We started at 8 o'clock in the morning and we quit at 11 o'clock that night. Wow. And then I had to go back in the chair for 2 more hours the following morning. You don't want a tattoo on top of fresh tattoo.
No.
I was ready to tap out after the 6.5 hours on this one.
Yeah.
The longest I've ever sat at this point was 21 hours. I sat for 21 hours to have work done. But at that convention, their ticket count for the day that I had that work done and for the first 2 hours of the following day, the ticket count, the number of people that walked through, and they had to walk right past us. We were right at close to the entrance down the main drag. I don't know how we got that booth, but I think my artist, I don't know, he must have loved the right person or something. But all those people had to go past the booth, so they came right out and they said, when he had his tattoo done here this weekend, guys, it's estimated he's had a minimum of 12,000 people see him getting his back tattooed.
Really?
I said, my ass. I let 12,000 people stare at me getting cut up like that. That's insane. But people ask me, would you do that again? And I tell them, actually, if I was in the same health I was when I got that done, yeah. And if it was the same artist, because he was tolerant of me. I worked in his tattoo parlor with him. I did appointments and stuff, and he got me into doing piercings and the like. So I didn't do any tattooing. I did piercings and things like that. But the thing is, I said I would do it again if he was doing it and I was in the exact same health, because I sat in this massage chair that, you know, it lays down as a table, it sits up as a chair, and it reclines in different angles. And you got your face in the donut in the chair. You can't see behind you or beside you. You're just looking straight out the back of that chair. And he's raising and lowering that for different angles, the different work he's doing. They fed me through that hole. And I learned. Yep. And I learned I don't like to drink beer out of a straw. No, it ain't fun. It ain't fun. But I do like gin gimlets through a straw. Those are good. Those are good.
It's like,
hey,
like the history of what tattoos have done. A lot of people see how people like getting tattoos. They enjoy it.
Yeah.
But it's painful at times because
I see ink.
I see ink. Coming on your...
Hopefully he didn't accidentally. He said it won something. I don't know what he sent me. Hey,
I see ink.
Yeah, this is what I was going to show you. Take a look at this. Get all up in here. You got to get all the way up in here. So this is completely done.
Beautiful, beautiful sleeve.
But if you look really close, right here, take your watch off. I got to show you this real quick. Okay, if you look really close, she wanted to take this off. It's our matching tattoo.
Oh, yeah.
If you notice, that's our matching tattoo. So no. Come here. So all right, you can take me off.
That picture keeps wanting to get hung back up on the wall there, you know.
Stand right here. I want you to show me your chest again.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes, I said it. Take your clothes off for my wife.
I don't look good naked anymore.
Do I need to bring up the baby picture again?
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
I'll get the mic out of the way.
There you go.
No,
okay.
Wait a minute.
You just calm down, Sty, and show me the art. There you go. Get that mic out of the way, because this is pretty special. See this right here? Okay. This says Allie. This is Allie when she was a baby.
The one in the middle is Salem.
Salem.
And this one over here in the sailor suit is Tevin.
Wow,
that's
cute.
They're all three of them are grandchildren of mine. And that's that. And there's Allie's little baby picture.
Her as a baby. That's
Ah.
Hey, you can stop showing us your nipples now. We don't want to.
I see boobies.
Those are free. Those are free. I don't know. You guys would have to you would have to tell me if you can see it or not.
Yeah.
I'll try to show you the portrait on my back. Now, this is weird because I got to get down on my knees to do this.
Can you get back up?
Actually, can I?
Don't hurt yourself now.
Actually, I'm going to have to squat.
Don't do that. Don't hurt yourself. Now I'm seeing your butt crack.
It's a side of you I didn't need to see, Grandpa.
Okay.
Go
all right. What are we seeing? Oh.
Right there.
Oh my gosh, those look amazing.
Who are those? Are those your parents?
Yeah, those are his parents.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, those turned out really nice.
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Look at that. That was pretty impressive. I'm glad you showed me that.
Yeah, that back piece.
Oh yeah,
I had him give me a estimate for the piece, what he would charge for that one.
Mm-hmm.
And his name has gotten good enough now at this point where if he knows you, he can be very reasonably priced. If you're just a walk-in customer and you wanted that portrait today, he would charge you $4,800 for that.
Wow. No
$4,800 for that. Guess what I paid for it?
How much?
Not that.
Zero.
Really?
Yeah. I would.
Because I was willing.
Move your camera.
Yeah, I see that.
There you go.
Because I was willing to allow him to do it at a convention publicly and sit under the needles for 14 hours. He says, I'll do it for free.
Wow.
He says, and I had his estimate right in hand. And I'm like, I told him, I said, I don't know how the hell I can swing almost $5,000. He says, not for a friend. He says, I'll do it for you for $2,000. Well then, okay, so $2,000. First thing that went through my mind is, where the hell am I going to get that? And it ended up being free. Oh, get her done, Granny. Sty took it off.
Look at that. Oh, is
that's
that
it.
What to do to get money?
If you show skin. Now, here's something I'll show you. That is so sweet of you, Granny. That is. I got to pull that off of here so you can see. Okay, now my sleeve. This one is going to be hard to see because of the angles of the camera and everything. But it's a mountain scenery, and it's got maybe working. There's mountain goats anyway.
Yeah.
There's a waterfall.
I can barely see it.
And it's the
Is there a fish on there?
Not on this one. It's just got the it's got the waterfall dropping here, and then the goats are all up on the.
Nice.
That's pretty neat.
Rock. Okay. Now you talked about you two have matching tattoos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is this your ex-wife?
Now, my ex-wife and I got tattooed in 1975 by someone that became a world-class renowned artist. And the tattoos we got in 1975 from this guy in 1995 would have cost you about $1,200 a piece. And they were just small little tattoos, a heart with a ribbon. That's all it was. And they weren't very large. And the one she got had my initials on it. Okay. The one I got had her name on the ribbon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're in love. We've both got matching tattoos. And if she's walking on my right side, mine's on my right arm, hers is on her left arm. Oh, ain't that pretty? Well,
tell me you didn't cover it up.
After many years, I asked her, can I cover that sucker up? I said, if I haven't proven myself to you by now, something's wrong, you know? And she said, well, okay, I'll let you cover it up. So I went to my artist. All my work's done by the same person. Okay. I went to my artist and I said, I want a cover up on this arm, covering the wife's heart. And he goes,
We're gonna tell him
okay, what do you want there?
Will go.
He says, what do you want on there? And I said, I gave him the photograph. I said, I want this on there. Oh,
is it a bear? Is that a?
That's a bear.
Bear.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Right there. It looks like his pee-pee is showing. That's a scar. And the tattoo with the heart is just right where that paw and where his belly is where that was.
Oh, nice.
Now he said, but that's a tattoo for your wife, and I don't like the idea of covering that up. And he says, especially with something like that big ass, mean looking grizzly. And I said, why? And he says, well, the sentimental thing, you know. I said, that's why I want that grizzly. He says, what does that have to do with it? I said, every time I see that grizzly, it reminds me of my wife. Nasty as an old bear, rip you a new ass if it gets his paws on you. That cat's got claws. Yep, that's it. You know?
So he's getting ready to move, and he's moving in with his ex-wife.
Nice.
I am not. You keep getting that all screwed up, Mojo. I'm moving in with my son. My youngest son is moving out of my oldest son's house to live with my ex-wife, the poor dumb bastard.
Oh, that's what it is. That's right.
That is.
Why would he do that?
That. What's that?
Why would he do that?
He's not smart.
Clearly.
Yeah. I mean,
hey,
he had a sweet deal. Yeah.
I gotta go. I really do.
You betcha, buddy.
You got
I have to go
see my
to
wife the most that anybody ever got to see on here.
What's that?
You got to see my wife the most.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. That is awesome.
It's nice meeting you.
She's a sweetheart. It's been great seeing her when you come up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're a fortunate man. I'm telling you, buddy.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
I know.
All she has to do is get a frying pan, and later on knock him on his head each time. If he gets out.
You ring. That's it. You ring the man's bell a couple of times, and he falls right in line.
Yeah, you have to put him in check.
That's right. That's
okay. I'm gonna take off, Allie.
You betcha, folks.
It's a pleasure, and Raven, you take care, sir. Sty, thank you for having me.
You betcha.
And everybody on the chat. You guys
anytime,
have a
buddy.
Day. And I will see you.
Been great having you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You take care, Allie. Sorry.
That was very nice.
You betcha.
See y'all later.
Thanks. We'll see you later, Russell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was fun. That was fun. Get you up here sometime, and I still got this. Still got this arm to show off, and we'll show off some of your work too. Yeah.
I was gonna say most of my work is on my arm. I ended up getting those 3 Halloween pieces that I was showing you.
Oh, did you? You got them.
So it's the
awesome.
ghost.
Yeah.
The heart, and then I got my spider on my shoulder.
Oh yeah, up on the shoulder blade. There you go. Awesome. So love
now
it.
I'm up to 13 so far.
Yeah. See, and that's why just you, Salem, and Tevin are on me. Is especially on Mariah's side.
Mariah made a baseball team.
The only thing that I regret is I didn't get one of Amanda's children on me, because then I'd have one from each family at least. That day may still come. But the intent was I was going to put all my grandchildren on my chest and rib cage and part of my back and down the side panels.
And then Mariah just wouldn't stop.
I'm up to 16 now. Can you imagine 3 portraits fit just perfect across the chest? Well, if I did 4 rows of those, it puts them right down to my navel, for God's sakes. And that would only be 12. There's still 4 to go, 2 on each side panel. And then now, well, later this coming year, I'll be up to 3 great grandchildren. What do you do with them? So
who else is having a kid?
Enola.
Oh.
Yep. And her and her baby's Honey are living together. They've been together for quite a while now.
Okay.
And she's doing really good. It's kind of makes me feel good. I met her. I ran into her. Was it last? Yeah, just last week at Walmart, and yeah, she looks good. She looks healthy for a change, and she talks like she's really got things in order, and
good.
And her Honey, I think he's a good one. I think she's got herself a good catch. He's a hard worker, and he treats her like gold, and he likes things kept kind of on the up and up,
Good.
No. So she managed to break away from some bad things in her life, some bad characters, and I'm just so glad to see her thriving for a change. Yeah. You'll probably run into her sometime up here.
Maybe. She's one that I don't usually see a whole lot, especially not like the family get-togethers. I don't think she was there last time Mariah went to Como Zoo, and I made the trip over to see her.
Right. Yeah. You made it to the zoo. My last time at the zoo cost me $900. I don't know. Yeah. I'm glad I didn't make it this year. I did. I was shy of that 900 this year. But the year I went, Mariah had her whole tribe with, Amanda had her 3 with, and it was such a huge crowd. And it cost me over $400 just for the bracelets for the amusement park. Yeah. And it's a free zoo, right?
But the amusement park is not free.
Yeah. And the food's not free. And when you're paying, at that time, we were paying $4 a piece for corn dogs and crap like that. The food itself came to almost another $400. And then the rest of it all went to buying tokens for the arcade, for them to play in the arcade. And I'm not bitching. I'm not. I mean, I could have said no 1,000 times. And no, I was just like, oh, you want that? Yeah, okay.
Right.
My fault. I brought it on myself, But yeah. Those little get-togethers can be a blast. Sometimes they can drive you crazy. Yeah, I went with Josiah down to that one, and was he upset? We spent an hour and a half driving around trying to find somewhere to park. We ended up parking about 2 miles from the zoo and riding a shuttle bus to the zoo. That was the closest we could park. Everybody else got in there bright and early in the morning, got parking spots right by the picnic ground area. And we were pissed by the time we got there. They had already, most of them had already eaten and everything. And it was just like, oh, yeah, it was terrible. But,
yeah, no, when I went, I made sure to get there early because I'm like, well, I'm not going to stick around too long. I'm going to show up, say hi to the family, maybe take a few pictures.
Yeah.
The animals, and then I'm out.
Yeah, I saw that Mariah managed to get some shots of you guys. And that was cool. That was cool to see. But yeah, that's why I have a lot of people at times say, well, let's go to that and we can ride together. And I go, no, we could take 2 vehicles. Well, that's twice the gas.
Yeah, but I get to leave when I want to leave.
Right. But it's a guarantee that I can get out of here, That's why I like to take my own rig. You betcha. Hey, handy camper. It's good to see you. Good to see you. We're going to be wrapping this thing up here. 10:30 here. Yeah.
What time it is for me too.
And I shouldn't have a busy day tomorrow, but I do. Damn it. Your dad got the letter he needed tonight, so
good.
Your Uncle Joe stopped there and the letter was there. I sat there from noon till 2:30. No mailman. I was pissed off. I was excited. That letter comes, I can call your dad up and say, here we go, we can get things set up for you. And no mailman. And then Joe messaged him and said, your letter came. Your dad jumped right on there. Give me this number, that number, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm hoping Joe left that letter there at the house so I can.
I'm sure it's somewhere in the house. Now, whether you can find it, that's a different.
Well, I've got the house scoped out now. Anything new comes in, or even if he took one thing out, I'll know it. I'm staying right at it. Hey, your dad's like, well, you don't have to get that, stressed into it, And I said, oh yeah. I can't wait to be in there. I can't wait.
Right.
I can't wait for your dad to be able to come home and enjoy his home. And I know this Christmas is going to be a bummer because the house is going to be all disarray because of me moving in Christmas week,
Do you guys want a Christmas card? I'm going to try sending out Christmas cards this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've never sent out a Christmas card. I'm going to try to corral my cat into taking a picture with the Christmas tree.
Yeah, that's neat.
Get to Minnesota on Sunday and then get them
That's
printed off.
neat. Yeah. And both of us live at the same address, got the same name, so.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, mail's going to be real interesting. Him and I joke about it all the time. I said, if you happen to find do you pay all your bills when you come home and look in your mail? He goes, oh yeah, anything that's got to be paid, I pay it right away. I go, good. I might sneak one in there once in a while that's got my name on it. He goes, I never thought of that. He said, no, don't do that. I said, no, I won't do that to you. I won't do that. Everything I pay is electronic right now, so don't worry about it. No paper bills. You're in luck. But then I got to worry about too is, once in a while I get a check in the mail.
Yeah.
Oops, I got his. Oh, shit. Yeah, we're going to have a blast. I think we're going to enjoy it.
It'll be a little bit of adjustment.
Yeah. But we've both found that we are, oddly enough, in later years, all of a sudden we don't have compatibility issues, we're very compatible. We got such of the same interests and and it's funny because him and I, if we get in an argument, it might last 15 minutes to a half hour. And within an hour of that argument, you'd never know we had one. I mean, Yeah.
That's kind of how my mom and I are. Like when I go back to Minnesota, I'm moving in with her and my stepdad, and living in their apartment with them.
Sure. Neat. And that's it, is if you're compatible with the person and you understand each other, the little rough edges here and there, they kind of roll off your back like water on a duck, you know. It's just like, there's nothing your dad ever has or would do. I'm a firm believer that would ever have me upset with him for more than a couple minutes, you know, because he's just a younger version of me. I mean, yeah, for me to get pissed at him, it's usually I have to look at myself and say, yeah, you don't like yourself today, do you? You know, so it's gone great since I got located up here, and when he comes into town, we always go have a meal together and hang out a bit.
Plus, Dad's not home that often, anyways.
No, and that's it. Is I'm only going to get to see him about 4 times a year, and it's anywhere from 7 to 9 days typically, and so there's not a lot of time we get to actually spend together. But we do spend a lot of time on social media together. We keep touch all the time. That helps, you know. And now that we're connected, yep, I'll figure out what's going on the Facebook side. We'll get all connected. We'll get all connected up.
I can private chat you on here what my email is, and if you have to send me the link for joining the video chat, I could do that.
That would work. In fact, yeah, if you could do that now, I can cut and paste it into I've got an email list. That's another thing that, your dad, he got to talking to his company. I guess it was either today or yesterday, and they were talking about this Zoom meeting that they want him in on, and it's something that they do on a regular kind of basis and stuff. And he said, yeah, I've been in those meetings, and no, they're nightmares. I don't want nothing to do with them.
I hate them.
And he told them, he said, you need to try StreamYard. He said, because you can have up to 10 people on the panel at a time, which is manageable. I had 9 at one time tonight. So, but you can only have 10, but you can rotate them out with fresh people, and you can stream to separate locations, and the people that are on the StreamYard side doing a YouTube, they can do a private YouTube. All the comments, YouTube comments, are only those people that were invited into the private stream. But at the same time, you can mirror image stream it on Facebook, but nobody at Facebook sees any of those YouTube comments. That way, the employees can speak freely, and the non-employees that are just viewing don't hear that. They don't see it. And he said that the marketing person and their vice president, I think it was, they're thrilled, man. They're heading right for StreamYard. They're heading right for StreamYard. And he told them, he said, it's so easy. You don't need a tech person.
Yeah.
You just
so far, I'm liking this better than Zoom. I had to do a few Zoom interview or a Zoom interview for the job that I accepted up in Minnesota. And then I've had to do some Zoom meetings for the former job too, and they suck.
They do. I had, for my channel, I used to, when I started out, I streamed straight through YouTube. Well, that's so daggone limited. It wasn't so good. And then I decided, well, I'm going to use Hangouts, Google Hangouts. And that went kind of okay, but it was so glitchy and there was a lot of issues that came with it. And then I switched to using OBS, and that was too much demand on my computer at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I had somebody talk me into going with Zoom for $15 a month, and you can have up to 100 people on your panel. And this that well, I found out. I watched another friend of mine had 75 people up, and all you heard was
yeah, it gets to be a lot.
Everybody was talking, but you couldn't understand anything anymore, and nobody would shut up or anything else. So I said that's a nightmare. And on my channel, I was getting audio problems and video problems, all kinds of crap with Zoom. And then StreamYard propped up, and I thought, I'm going to try it. I'm going to get brave and try it. And I tried it, and I go, oh, man, if that isn't easy and sweet, and I don't have all the hiccups and troubles, and I can stream across platforms without any effort. Yeah, that's it. It's worth it. That was one thing we were talking about tonight too. And there's only 8 people in the house right now, but yeah, everybody, we're StreamYard. Yeah, yeah. StreamYard, they're the ones. This is being brought to you by StreamYard, and everybody loves Puddles the Duck. Yep, powered by StreamYard. If you're a paid subscriber to StreamYard, you don't have to show their watermarks and their logo. If you use the free version, Puddles the Duck is always up there in the corner.
Nothing wrong with that, though.
No, and people that don't stream often, I tell them, use StreamYard. It's free, and you can stream up to 20 hours a month without paying a fee. You know, if you're doing typical simple streams, you can't beat it. Powered by Stay Up Late, Justin says. Yeah, I totally agree, bud. We're gonna wrap it up with that, guys. Yeah, Allie, if you want to hang on for just a second, I'm gonna do my exit. You just hang on there, and I'll talk to you for a minute off once we're off live.
Perfect.
Okay. So, folks, thanks a lot for being here tonight. Hope to see you. Let's see. Tomorrow night, Sty Times at 5 p.m. Central Time. The topic at Sty Times tomorrow night is weird things you find in the fridge. So we're going to have fun with that. We're going to have a lot of fun with that. And then, of course, if you miss tomorrow night, I'll see you Sunday night at Sty Story Sunday. So, like I usually do, end of around the campfire, I'm going to grab this pretty girl out of the corner over here, and we're going to dance our way on out. And I'll see you all again soon. Bye-bye.